Make sure to like and follow the PSP Network on all social media platforms and hit that subscribe button on YouTube. PSP Network. It's game day.
The foundation of the financial planning approach at Legacy Financial Partners is a personal relationship. Our unique and collaborative approach to financial planning starts with your dreams, not just the numbers. We will work with you regularly to take action to update your plan as your needs evolve, recommending products and services that are right for your situation.
When facing disaster, it's not just the things we lose, but the memories. But there's hope. ServPro, with decades of experience in Minot and Bismarck, is always ready. Our certified professionals don't just restore homes, they rebuild lives. Because to us, you're not just a client, you're family.
Shields Visa is more than just a card. It's the freedom to go. It's a gateway to explore and do more of what you love. Imagine where the Shields Visa can take you. So join us in discovering endless possibilities. Shields Visa. Together, we've got this.
Meet Gary. Gary is an ordinary guy, but right now Gary has car trouble. Gary doesn't know about magic towing. Don't be like Gary. Remember the name and the number. It's Magic Towing. We are here to help 24/7. Magic Towing in Western North Dakota. Don't be like Gary. Remember the name and the number. It's Magic Towing.
Today, we deliver more wonderful birthdays at Trinity Health Family Birth Center. We offer all new private, family-centered suites. Our maternity team provides more personalized support, advanced care, and the reassurances of a NICU and a neonatologist on staff. Take a virtual tour at trinityhealth.org/Family Birth Center. Trinity Health, making more possible.
For those who dream big, Ackerman Estvold is here with the latest tools and innovations to design smart. Our team of architects and engineers carefully plan every step of construction, making it possible to build bold. And most importantly, we know how valuable it is to give back, ensuring our communities continue to thrive for generations to come. That's Ackerman Estvold.
Ziska's going to cut free. He's over the 30. Gets the puck. Here comes Freak. He fires. He scores. Same play. Conklin with the slam on Champ. Well, we're into the thick of things now in North Dakota high school hockey. It's a Saturday matinee matchup, and one that the Magi and Midgets have been looking forward to. Probably more so for the Magi, looking for sweet redemption from last year's WDA championship game that saw the Dickinson Midgets put Cinderella's shoe on the foot for the first time ever in boys high school hockey as they defeated Minot High 2-1 for a WDA crown in the 56th game ever played between the two teams. And it was only the fourth time ever that Dickinson upended Minot High School. That was for a crown a year ago. Now they match up for the first time here in the 24-25 campaign, and it's at the Pepsi rink at Mesa Arena here in the beautiful Magic City of Minot, North Dakota. Good afternoon, hockey fans. Happy weekend, happy Saturday afternoon, and welcome in to this presentation of high school hockey on the PSP Network. It's our Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show. Valvoline Instant Oil Change locations In Minot and Bismarck, it's a 15-minute drive-through oil change. You can't beat it at Valvoline Instant Oil Change. They don't waste your time because you don't have time to be wasted at Valvoline. It's just about a 15-minute drive-through oil change. It's fantastic stuff in Minot and Bismarck at Valvoline Instant Oil Change. 1-3-1 Midgets, 3-0 Magi. Both teams with their most recent games coming against Bismarck Century earlier on this week. And for the Magi, they had a win over the Century Patriots. For Dickinson, they had a loss against Century last night. They lost by a score of 2-1. The Magicians on the other end, well, they ended up with a 2-1 win at Century on Tuesday evening. If that gives you any measuring stick of where these two teams are at, we could be in store for a real good hockey game here this afternoon. We're taking a look at the standings inside of North Dakota high school hockey right now. Let's take a peek at them. They're brought to you by Shields. Shields of Minot and Bismarck has every sporting good you can imagine underneath the sun, with fashion and footwear, hunting gear, clothing, you name it, right in time for the holidays at Shields of Minot and Bismarck. Jamestown's the team to beat in the WDA, 4-0 right now for a record in conference play. The Coyotes from Williston, led by Chase Collings, 3-0 on their campaign inside the WDA. They're unbeaten in regular season action as well. The win over Notre Dame to start their campaign off. Minot High's got wins on the year, and 3 of them inside of conference play. They've beaten Century, they've beaten Bismarck High, they've beaten Mandan. Busy week ahead because next week they'll take on Legacy and Jamestown, along with a non-conference matchup against Devils Lake coming up next Tuesday at Devils Lake. Legacy is 2-1. They sit 4th. Century 1-1 in the conference. Number 5, Mandan, sits at 2-2, good enough for 6th place in the West. Bismarck's 1-4 inside of the WDA, and they're currently sitting number 7. Botno Rugby, led by Getzloff and company, 0-1. They're number 8. Dickinson, the bottom of the barrel inside of the conference at 0-3, right in front of Hayes and Beulah at 0-4. However, the season is young. It's early in the campaign, and there's plenty of time to try to make some of that ground up without question. But for the Midgets, this is a big contest here this afternoon, and big for the Magi as well, who look to get back to their winning ways against the Midgets from Dickey. In the East region, Central and Red River played the other night, and it was Grand Forks Central that ran roughshod on Red River. They've got a 4-0 mark in the EDC. 2-1-1 for the Red River Rough Riders. Fargo South Shanley at 2-2. So is Devils Lake. So is Davies. So Cheyenne. Got a log jam right there between 3, 4, 5, and 6 in the EDC. West Fargo, the Packers at 1-2-1. Fargo North's at 1-1. Grafton Park River winless. Bayport area not playing an East Region schedule, but they're 2-2 on the year. Those are the standings inside of our state of North Dakota coming in to the showdown here on Saturday afternoon. How about the state's top producers? Well, this is where they were earlier on this week. Bryce Bannard, 12 points to start the week. Chase Collings with 11. Noah Benker for West Fargo with 10. You'll see Mac Morelli on this list with 7 points. We'll see him in the contest here this afternoon. These numbers from earlier on this week, that is not updated. We do apologize to you hockey fans. Those numbers have changed and shuffled just a bit, but you see the cream of the crop continuing to rise to the top here as the season continues on. Speaking of continuing on, the Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show will continue on when we come back to the Pepsi rink at Mesa Arena. When we come back, we'll take a look at a couple of the players to watch for. We'll also bring in my broadcast partner, Mr. Matt Morelli. We'll dive further into the matchup here today as the Magi and Midgets come together in boys high school hockey for the 57th time ever. And today it's at the Pepsi rink at Minot's Mesa Arena.
The right bank can be transformative for your small business. The best bank for your business will offer competitive fees and so much more. At BNC National Bank, our team is proud to offer you a helpful, supportive, above and beyond banking relationship. Starting to stress about the complexities of qualifying for a small business loan? BNC can guide you through the process with much less stress and likely far more success. Speak to one of our team members today. Member FDIC.
This presentation on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by sure to like and follow the PSP Network on all social media platforms and hit that subscribe button on YouTube. PSP Network. It's game day.
When property owners in Bismarck and Minot seek transformation, ServPro's construction program brings both vision and precision. From that very first hammer strike to the final touch of paint, our dedication remains unwavering. It's not just about remodeling, it's about legacy. In Minot and Bismarck, ServPro is your partner in transformation. We don't just build back, we elevate every space.
Great news! If you're looking for a new vehicle, Ryan Family Dealerships has the best selection we've had in years. You'll find fantastic offers from Nissan, Honda, Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, Cadillac, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram.
Hold up! Ryan sells Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram?
Yes, we do, and we'd love to sell one to you. Visit one of our 5 convenient locations in Minot and Williston. Get your next vehicle from a name you know and trust. Ryan Family Dealership.
You've worked hard, saved well, and invested wisely. Whether it's paying for a child's education, taking the family trip you've dreamed of, giving back to the community, or funding a confident retirement, we can help you reach your goals. We are passionate about helping you make smart decisions about your spending and saving so you can feel confident about the future while enjoying life today. Together, we can design a personalized plan that takes into account your short and long-term needs and wants, but is flexible enough to adjust as your life changes.
That sinking feeling you get when this happens? That's oil change-anxiety. The anxiety of being without a car with a billion things to do. The fear of being overcharged. The stress of not knowing where to go or who to trust. But you never get those feelings at Valvoline Instant Oil Change, where you can watch us work right from your car, and we finish up in about 15 minutes.
We changed your oil and did our 18-point safety check.
Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Service you can see, experts you can trust.
North Dakota High School hockey on the PSP Network. Welcome back into our Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show. Valvoline Instant Oil Change locations in Minot and Bismarck. It's a 15-minute drive-through oil change. You can't beat it at Valvoline Instant Oil Change. It's quick. It's convenient. I just sit right in my car. It's a drive-through oil change. Takes about 15 minutes. Can't beat it at Valvoline. I'm Nick Holbert. Today I'll be joined by Mr. Matt Morelli coming up on the call with me here this afternoon. He's selling 50-50 tickets right now here as part of the Minot High Magicians family. And, of course, with his young man, Mac Morelli, playing today, he's got some of those duties as well. So he'll be joining us on the call in just a few moments. We're glad to have you folks with us here on the PSP Network. Let's break this matchup down just a bit further on here today. Let's start with our goaltender matchup. And I'm telling you right now, the young man that you'll see on the left side of the screen was sensational last year in the WDA tournament. He was the MVP of that tournament in my mind, without question, Bryce Cadbris. This campaign, however, he's gone 1-3 with a 3.2 goals against average and an .897 save percentage. One goose egg on the year. He's a senior. He'll go against the junior netminder, Devin Keller. Keller has been good with a capital G, 3-0 on his junior campaign, .67 goals against average and a .956 save percentage. He's also got one goose egg on the season. Knowing that Keller is only giving up a fraction of a goal per game and stopping 96% roughly of the shots that he's seeing in a contest, Minot High is going to be a tough out. Can anybody test him? Century did just a bit the other night. However, Keller was equal to all but one in that hockey game. Cadbris was big against Century last night, as well as Dickinson played the Century Patriots on their home ice last evening, and they lost 2-1. Cadbris showed up big in that hockey game. We expect him to be big in this one here today as well. There's your projected goaltender matchup, brought to you by Planet Pizza. Planet Pizza, the area's ultimate party location. School parties, team parties, birthday parties, and so much more. They truly are out of this world. It's Planet Pizza bringing you the goaltender matchup here for this hockey game. Taking a look at a couple players to watch. How about the young man from Dickinson, Logan Gross, the senior forward, has 3 points in the 5 games that he's played in, 2 goals, 1 assist for him. Gross not the top producer on the team. That's Owen Seibel. He's got 5 points on the year, but Gross is one of those guys that you look for him to continue to grow as the season goes on. And he's one of those role players that's going to come up big and need to be big in a matchup like this. He's our player to watch for the Dickinson Midgets. On the other side for the Magi, how about Ryan Rutlick, the junior forward for the Magi, leads the Magicians in the goal scoring category. He's got 5 of those coming in just 3 games. 1 assist for Rutlick on the year, 6 points total for the Minot High forward, the junior, on that line with Mac Morelli, the leading point getter for the Magi. Morelli's got 8 points in the 3 games that he's played on the season. Those 2 players to watch for here tonight, brought to you by Prestwich Orthodontics. Prestwich Orthodontics, 0% financing, free consultations online in the office or in the office at Prestwich Orthodontics. Find them online, minotbraces.com. Well, you see the Minot High netminder Devin Keller getting warmed up in the goal paint to our right. You see Bryce Cadamers getting warmed up in the goal paint to our left. Further breaking down this matchup here today, it's a Magi team that comes into the showdown. They've outscored their opponents 14-2 in 3 games on the year. Those are some pretty salty numbers. 4.6 goals per game compared to the 0.6 that they give up. Minot High's outshot their opponents 122-45. That's 40-15 per game that the Magi are outdueling their opponents in the shots on goal category. And when you're Minot High playing that way with a power play that currently sits at 4 for 14, which is good enough for 28%, you know that you're going to be tough to beat. For the Midgets on the other side, well, power play is a big topic of conversation and something that they look to improve on. They've gone 2 for 20 on their campaign, 10% for them on the power play. They've scored 15 goals on the year. They've given up 16. They've been outshot 165-155. That's 34-29 per game. But they are drawing more penalties than they're taking. 25 drawn penalties against 15 that they've taken on the season. And it's a Midget team that's got some depth. You know what you're going to get out of Castavorak's group, and that's just a hard-working bunch of young men that's not going to give up. Maybe a bin-out match possibly in the showdown here today with what we've seen so far. But if that Century game last night is any measuring stick, we could be in store for a real treat here this afternoon at the Pepsi Rink at Mesa Arena. Official introductions taking place inside of the Palace in the Magic City for hockey, the Pepsi Rink at Mesa Arena Complex. When we come back, we'll have a salute to our country with our nation's national anthem. Then we'll have the opening draw coming up here right around the corner of the PSP Network. It's the Magi and the Midgets in WDA high school hockey on the PSP Network.
For over 25 years, we've learned a lot about why local matters. Unlike those guys, we take pride in our work and back our tires with our Plus Plan guarantee to get the most out of your tire's lifespan.
Are the tires the same size on all the sides?
We strive to provide great value to our guests and lowest prices guaranteed.
That's not good.
Stop at a trusted tire and auto and get a set of tires from people you know and trust, and will even match those guys.
For those who dream big, Ackerman Estvold is here with the latest tools and innovations to design smart. Our team of architects and engineers carefully plan every step of construction, making it possible to build bold. And most importantly, we know how valuable it is to give back, ensuring our communities continue to thrive for generations to come. That's Ackerman Estvold.
Great news! If you're looking for a new vehicle, Ryan Family Dealerships has the best selection we've had in years. You'll find fantastic offers from Nissan, Honda, Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, Cadillac, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram.
Hold on. Ryan sells Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram?
Yes, we do, and we'd love to sell one to you. Visit one of our 5 convenient locations in Minot and Williston. Get your next vehicle from a name you know and trust. Ryan Family Dealerships.
Passed away earlier this week. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise and remove your hats and all headgear for the playing of the national anthem.
God bless our servicemen and women. God bless our veterans. God bless America. Well, time for hockey here this afternoon. Our thoughts and prayers. A lot of thoughts, a lot of prayers going the way of Dickinson and the young lady that really caught our eye on the volleyball court, the All-State, All-WDA player, our MVP multiple times this year on the PSP Network, and Cecilia Hobeston. We're thinking about you, Dickinson community. That is something that it's hard to come up with words for other than we're praying for you. We're thinking about you. We're thinking about you without a doubt. Moment of silence before the game for that young lady earlier on here tonight. Let's go down to the PA as we've got a special presentation tonight. Let's go down to the PA.
In 1997, he contributed to Minot State University Botano's national championship victory and earned the title of MVP at that tournament. The following year, he played for Hamline University. In 1999, Rooster returned to his hometown to play for Minot State University for his final season of college hockey. During the 2000-2001 season, he competed in the men's senior league in Canada. In 2003, Donald began a 15-year coaching career with the Minot Hockey Boosters, completing his coaching duties in 2019. In February 2024, the Rostad family received the news no family wants to hear. Donald was diagnosed with stage 4 colon cancer that had metastasized to his liver. Donald, with his wife Angie by his side, sought treatment at the Mayo Clinic in Rochester, Minnesota. Soon after, Donald began aggressive chemo treatments followed by multiple surgeries. With grit and determination, Donald, supported by Angie and their 3 children, Addison, Payson, and Brinley, fought against this disease. During this challenging journey, the community rallied around the Rostads, offering unwavering support through prayers, meals, laughs, and generous donations. This outpouring of love and kindness helped lift the family during their most difficult moments. 8 months later, Rooster has been declared cancer-free, a testament to the incredible strength of both the Rostad family and the power of community to lift each other up in times of need. I'm proud to say that he has coached my son and many of the young men and women that are present here today, and I am honored to introduce Mr. Donald Rostad. Let's give him a big Minot welcome.
Well, that gentleman right there is my idol from back in the day, the goaltender for the Magi back in 1998. He had the tiger painted grill. Said Don Juan on the back of the helmet, and I'm telling you, he was a goalie coach of mine back at the old All Seasons Arena. Hard to get through the pregame just a little bit here tonight, Matt. I'm telling you, an emotional night top to bottom with everything going on here this evening. We salute Rooster here tonight. Great news that Don's battle with cancer, he's been successful. Fantastic stuff. You can't find a better guy, can you?
Rooster's doing good. That kind of gets you choked up watching him out there, but he's battling, and he's such a good person. He's been around the hockey rink a long time.
Certainly has. Bryce Catabrus on the left side, Devin Keller on the right side. We're just about set for the opening drop from the Pepsi rink at Mesa Arena. It's a Saturday afternoon WDA hockey tilt. Minot High in new uniforms are in white with the maroon helmets, pants, and gloves. Dickinson is in black. We are officially underway for WDA hockey here at the Pepsi rink as the puck goes up and out of play. Real quick, well, we've got just another quick moment here. Let's take a look at our keys to the game. Keys to the game today brought to you by our friends at Northern Plains Heating and Air. For the midgets, they need to slow the pace of the Magi. And for Minot High School, they need to finish on their chances. I know it's been Minot High's key for a couple games in a row, but just seems like Minot High's had chances to bury on the year. They've been quote-unquote goalied. That's what Quinn Filling used as the terminology down in Bismarck the other night. And I think goalied is the right word. Minot High looking to bury those chances, but maybe more importantly here for Dickinson in this hockey game, they really need to slow Minot High's tempo, don't they?
I think so. Minot likes to open it up. They want those odd man rushes. They maybe like to stretch the rink out a little bit. And Dickinson, I think you're the road team. You want to slow it down. They've just got to keep it tight. Need a big game out of their goaltender.
Coast to coast with the puck. Walking down, firing, save there from Catabrus. Loose out in front. Finley Bent's back in the lineup for the Magi. Boy, he's making some noise early on here. One of the top talented skaters, if you will, inside of the WDA. Finley Bentz, he's got the motor on back of the lineup for Minot High. He had the first shot of the game. Minot leads that category 2-0. Catabrus with back-to-back stops there for the Dickinson Midgets. Well, you go back to last year, and you go back to the WDA championship game between Dickinson High School and Minot High. It's got to be the biggest day in the history of Dickinson midget hockey, winning the first ever WDA crown in program history. Boy, they did it against a Magi team that turned on the buzzsaw at the right time of the year, but so did Century. They ran through Century in the semifinals, and Dickinson was destined to be there with guys like Caden Krieg, who was the senior athlete of the year in the WDA. That D-man was fantastic for the Dickinson midgets. And boy, they just had good goaltending on that tournament all weekend long, and they hit their stride at the right time. They had some unsung heroes that came in. Krieg's 38 points on the year didn't hurt anything, but that was a huge win for Dickinson last year, and huge trophy that will forever be remembered inside of the Queen City.
Yeah, it was a good game. It was back and forth, and just Dickinson, like you said, they made the most of their opportunities, and that's you knew it was going to be a tough game for whenever you're in the title game, of no matter what level it is.
Morelli to Rutlick out in front of the net. Taken away on the play there. It was Tristan Tippett that freed it. Now it's Minot High back with it, and Panasuk. Panasuk trying to go back to Morelli here. Clogged up on the near side lane. Picked up now by the midgets, so they move with Bolts. Fires it away to the near side. Back to Tippett. He's got real estate. Goes out to center, but Minot High's there. And it's going to be flipped in from center and back down underneath the Dickinson net as it was sailed in by the big D-man, Chase Groshi. Worked away off the far side wall from Oliver Thompson. Underneath the net, center down front, nobody home. Magi still on the forecheck here. Comes back away, high rising shot, blockered away. That one from Tate Hagenow. Back at the goal line. This is Schmeichel with it. Lost a handle on it. Freed up the near side wing. Ryland Miller trying to clear. Comes back into the possession here of Hagenow. Works it away to the far side wing. Casey Lang Eric Steele are the officials for today's game here at the Pepsi rink at Mesa Arena. Puck comes back up into the offensive zone for the Magi. Schmeichel back in, firing it across. Nobody in the center slot there. Midgets are going to clear. They push it all the way back up into Minot High territory. They're going to have to wait to touch up on sides here, Matt, as the Magi regroup, possessed and carry it forward with Marsland. Marsland off ahead, trying to go to Finley Bentz. Out of his reach. Poked away. The Magi are going to come back in with it. No, they're not. Back at center. Midgets turn and burn now with Siebel. And Siebel will dump it back in behind the cage. Richardson pokes it free, far wall, held at the line. There by Hugland. Comes back away up to center and rolls all the way down. Back behind Catabaris and a stop of the play. It's an icing on the play, brought to you by Minot State University. Best way to predict your future is to create it at Minot State University. Be seen, be heard, be you. It's MSU, where 96% of recent college grads are either employed or continuing their education. MSU grads get jobs, period. It's Minot State. Well, good tempo early on here in the Saturday afternoon affair. How'd the 50-50 sales go today, Matt? Were they good for you?
They're not bad so far. I'm got to do my part to help out Rooster and the family, and it's kind of fun. I don't mind getting out there and walking around a little bit.
All the proceeds from that today going to Don Rosted and his family. Not in the record books anywhere as far as the top goals against or save percentage is concerned for Minot High in his time, but he was a darn good goaltender. There's no question about that. Drive from the line into the catching mitt. Catabaris goes down. He'll make the save. And shot number 4 of the hockey game. That task and that challenge equal to it was Catabaris. He'll hang on tight to it.
I think it's been a good pace so far. I think Minot's probably had a little more pressure. If you're Dickinson, they said they played last night. They probably want to get out here and get a couple good shifts in right away, set the tone. Like I always say, get physical early. You got to get into the game. And sometimes you need to, the trip, driving up the bus trip, and you want to get off to a good start. You need your goalie being sharp early, and that's exactly what Dickinson's got so far.
Yeah, that trip to Minot to Dickinson or vice versa, not an easy one. Here's Rudlick whistling wide. Sent it just wide of the cage. Comes back away. Down to Morelli, walking center slot. High riser into the catching mitt again. And Catabaris goes down and hangs on to it. Mac Morelli was looking for goal number 3, point number 9 on the season, but the catching mitt was flashed by Catabaris, and he'll hang on to it.
He's solid. He's been a solid goaltender for him. He's going to get a lot of shots, and they need him to be big today.
Morelli in on the draw here, wins it. Comes back to Morelli, fired on it, was blocked out in front there from Vilas. Comes back to Morelli, center slot, dancing, got it. Panasuk, high riser, missed the top of the net. Back to Panasuk out front. All the stick came in the way there from Hugland, and Hugland shut down the opportunity for Minot High School. Puck comes back away now here for the Midgets, firing it away forward. Morelli on the rush. This is a 2-on-1. Morelli and Rutlick are in with it. Here's Mac Morelli back to Rutlick. Rutlick back on front. Oh, tried to feed Panasuk. Comes up now to Deal. Fired on. Stick save. Rebound goes down into the corner. Morelli's got it here. Mac Morelli in the top 10 in scoring. Tried for the Michigan play. Comes back away now here to the Midgets, and they're going to push up to center with it. Taken by Deal again, and Deal's going to start the motor right back in. Oh, big collision at center. Deal run into on the play by Siebel. Comes back away to Rutlick. Fires on. Rutlick gets the rebound. Magi are buzzing. They look to work it out front, but it's taken here by Dylan Gross, and he pushes back up to center. At center ice with it now comes away off to Schmeichel. Lead pass. Knocked back out of the zone. Midgets on the rush the other direction here with Colin Bolts. Deal was there to take it away. Now Deal's got it. What do you think about it? High's alternate uniforms? You like these?
Yeah, I like these. Yeah, I like the Magic City on the front. Something different. I mean, it's good. I know they can't have a ton of different styles, but it's a good alternative.
Far side wing. Minot High trying to clear their own end. 10:40 left in the opening period. Puck pushed up to center. By the way, Andrew Goodmanson did check in today. Brought you the opening draw, brought to you by 701 Realty. 701 Realty for all your real estate needs. It's Andrew Goodmanson and his team at 701. Back up to the point. Marsland works it across. Sends it down to the corner, comes away down to Thompson, and Thompson shuffles it to Hagenau. Hagenau has it pinned up in deep, on it high, hard on the forecheck again. Comes away to the near side line, pushed out of the zone on the pinch, and here come the Midgets on the rush down with Montoya. Down to the corner, but Marsland took it from him, and Marsland then chips it up high off the glass. Comes away back down to Thompson, back to Marsland. From the near wing, hitting the brakes is Marsland with a backhand, goes back to his D partner on the far wing. It's going to be pushed ahead. That's Earhart, the young D-man back there from Minot High School. At center ice, Midgets trying to push it off. Minot's got an 8-0 shot advantage early in this first period. Dickinson has not registered a shot on goal yet in the hockey game, and the ice has been tilted the way of Bryce Catamarus, the captain of the goaltender for the Midgets here today.
Well, I think Minot's putting a lot of pressure on a neutral zone, so Dickinson's not really getting a clean entry, but either way, just keep firing. Minot's missing net a few times too, so it could be even more shots.
Puck's up to center now. Strand's in with it. Strand's going to carry down, weaving his way forward, fired it out front. Puck caroms back to Strand, drops it back to Richardson. The D-man takes it underneath the net. Richardson went for a stroll with it. Now it's going to be worked forward, back to Pakaluk, far side. Pakaluk tried to feed it out front. Nice stick there from Vilas. Minot's got it back, however, as it comes back away to Benz, but the puck is freed and worked away by Drew Spence. Spence will dump it down. Fires it off the glass in behind Keller. Here come the Magi back to center. The lead pass too far in front of Coleman. And an icing on the play brought to you by Planet Pizza. Planet Pizza, your area's ultimate party location. School parties, team parties, birthday parties, and so much more. They truly are out of this world. Planet Pizza can be reached tonight. That's 701-852-1700. Planet Pizza also has a lunch buffet Monday through Friday, 11 to 2. Update from just up the hill at Magic City Campus's gymnasium. Minot High girls basketball, the #1 ranked team in the state. They lead #2 Horace 83-79 with 2:08 left in the second half of basketball. And I don't know.
Tight game.
Yeah, really tight game, and one that is pretty intriguing matchup, considering there's a lot of people that think that Minot High girls team is going to go unbeaten all the way to a state title this year.
It doesn't matter who you play. You still got to be ready. Sometimes the ones that should be fairly easy don't turn out to be the harder ones.
Rutlick back in with it, trying to spin it back to Morelli. Nice play in the center slot, taken by Bolts. Fired off ahead all the way down, back in behind Keller on the icing call. And with 8:21 to play in the first, we'll tell you that icing's brought to you by the UPS store for all your packing and shipping needs. It's the UPS store located in the Marketplace Foods Plaza. UPS store proud to bring you North Dakota high school hockey here on the PSP Network.
Like you said, you got to be ready to play no matter who the opponent is. You take them lightly, you'll come out on the short end.
Off the near side wing, Midgets clearing up to the near line, but it's held by Morelli. Now it's Deal. Deal surveying here, trying to shuffle it over to Panasock. Sent it to Morelli. Went off of his tape, and it comes back away down to Bolts, and Colin Bolts moves it forward off the head to Gross. Off the far wall, Minot's got it again here with Mac Morelli up to center ice. Mac Morelli back to Panasock. Panasock shuffles back down to Morelli, trying to feed it to Rutlick. Nice defensive job there. Is getting a stick on it was Caleb Jansen, and Jansen interrupted the party for Minot High's top unit. Stop of the play as Catamarus comes up and hangs on to the puck here with 7:48 to play in the opening period. Nobody on the BNC National Bank scoreboard just yet.
I think Dickinson don't take any chances. It's probably not going to be they're going to have to, they're making Minot earn every opportunity right now.
Shots remain at 8-0 Magi. Puck's taken off the far side wall. That's Groschi off ahead. Back in the neutral ice territory. It's Vilas that moves it forward, but now the Magi and Schmeichel move it into Dickinson territory. It's a Dickinson program that, again, last year shocked the hockey world, and they certainly did it in fashion. Here comes L. He's got a chance. L trying to go top shelf. Catamarus says hi. Don't think so.
Nice save. He's not going to give up anything easy. There's going to be a lot of games Dickinson is just going to be, they're going to have to rely on him to keep them in it. They're probably not going to have those big games where they're scoring 5-6 goals a game. They don't maybe have depth, say Minot team does, but they're going to have to rely heavy on a heavy defensive game. You're under pressure, fire it off the glass, don't take chances.
Well, when you've got a goaltender like Catabaras, you know that you're going to be in some games that maybe you shouldn't be, or at least he'll keep you in those, like you just mentioned, man. When that happens, the prime example is that WDA title game from a year ago. Here's Strand trying for the top corner. Catabaras got the blocker in the way. Puck comes back away on the near side wing. It's going to be pushed up to center. Roller comes down. Keller's out of the net to play it. Rolling puck that Keller sweeps out to center. And at center ice, it's taken by the Midgets, who work it back in the neutralized territory. Dickinson went 11-7-1 inside of the WDA last year. They went 16-10 overall when it was all said and done. Again, picking up their first WDA championship crown in that region tournament. They've never won a regular season title, but they're a team that has certainly, in the last 10 years, really been on the map. They made their first state tournament appearance back in 2000. Then they went in 16, 17, 18, and then last year in 24. Speaking of 24, that's who's got it for the Magi. Hagenau carries forward, tried to bring it out towards the net, but it was taken away and darted on out of there by Montoya, right in on Keller, and Keller is forced to make his first save of the game on the dump in with 5:58 to play in the opening period. Nobody's on the BNC National Bank scoreboard just yet.
I think there's been a few rushes where Minot's been a little too fancy with the puck. I mean, good old-fashioned hockey, just take a nice shot. You got a guy maybe breaking to the net for a rebound. You don't have to be fancy, but sometimes they're trying to make, I think, one too many passes.
Hard shot on goal. Keller stick save. Puck comes back away. Now to Hagenau near side, up to center. Thompson in with it. Thompson carries away on the near side, half boards. Down to the corner, work back up to the point. Held by Pakaluk. No, it's not. It's Gross. It's going to carry forward. What was that? A delayed high stick hand pass was the delayed call there, Matt. Thank you for your help on that one. Puck comes away on the near wing, taken by Schmeichel. Up to center, Thompson. Thompson walks and fires. Catabaras goes down and hangs on to it. And the Dickinson netminder coming up with save number 11 here in this contest.
We know one thing for sure. He'll sleep good tonight.
Yeah, without a doubt.
He's getting tested, and Minot's had a lot of opportunities. We've missed some. Minot's missed the net a few times, but it's like we've said in earlier times. It comes time you got to bear down and bury them.
What's worse, the trip to Dickinson to Minot, or Minot to Grand Forks? Do you think, if you had to pick one? Rutlick got angle side of the net. Panasuk was there. Catabaras says no.
I think Minot to Dickinson might be the worst trip.
It's about the same distance.
Yep, darn near 3 hours.
A couple different options on how to get there. However, 83 over on the interstate is always the option that I take. And I don't know, something about that trip from Minot to Grand Forks on Highway 2 is just, oh man, that's a snoozer, isn't it?
Yeah. Most people have done it so many times, you just get, every marker and city and you name it.
Rutlick down underneath the net. Taken here by the Midgets. They start the rush back up to center. This is Vilas that had it picked off by Mac Morelli. Morelli trying to feed it forward. Goes up into the corner. Got past Morelli underneath the net. Comes away far side. Jace Lemon. His first touch of the game. Comes back away down to Panasuk. Shuffled back up. Here's Deal from the line. Tipped down in front. Oh, Catabaras had to go down to make another stop. And Bryce Catabaras continuing.
Nice save on the deflection. He's solid. I mean, we talk about Dickinson, some of these, the Williston. They usually, the goalies face a lot of shots. They face 40 to 50 shots a game. Well, we'd be pretty good too if we face that many every game. And that's what, if you're a goalie, you want shots. You don't want to get cold down there. But that's Minot's just got to keep firing. Not all of them have been the best chances, but you can't stop working. You just got to keep grinding, putting shots on goal. They'll hopefully get through eventually.
Will the levy break? That's the question.
Oh, right.
Well, the longer games like this go, we talked about it in the WDA championship game last year, that longer games like this carry on. the better the chances are for the team that's the underdog in the shot column right now at 14-1. There's no doubt who's dominating the hockey game. Minot High's got the lion's share of the shots on goal and the offensive end action. However, the goose eggs are all that really matter, and that's what's on the board on both sides right now on the BNC National Bank scoreboard.
It's kind of been the story of Minot's start this year. They've had a lot of shots, outshooting their opponents most every game, but it's finding the net, finding that sniper. So more or less, you got to have somebody who can bury him when you need it.
Near side wall, Coleman moved it off ahead. Puck's taken back by the Magi. This is Strand with it, turning back in his own territory. Strand, look out. He's trying to get away here. Strand somehow gets it off to Marsland on the heavy forecheck coming in there for Montoya. Back up to center. Strand trying to push it off to Coleman, taken back by the midgets. At center ice, Coleman works it across the blue line. Now Coleman with a backhand. Pitchforks this one back in behind the netminder Catamus. Minot High goes off for 3 for 5 change as it's worked back away on the near wing. L on the forecheck for the Magi, has it pinned up here. Morelli out with them. Oh, big hit here on the near side wall. Bulldozing his way forward with the puck was Logan Gross. Gross is going to take down his own man now as the puck comes free on the near side for L. Gross is on a mission here on this shift.
A little bit sloppy at center ice by both teams.
Morelli's going to come out with it, makes a move. Now another Mac Morelli down to the corner where L's got it. L's pinned up off the wall. Back to Mackley Morelli. To the point it comes here. Pakaluk fired. Comes away L, wrap around, loose in the paint. Still at the side of the cage. It's swept out of there. Minot High had a grade A scoring opportunity, but the midgets will clear it down. Yawning goal mouth right in front of Catamus. Let's watch it back on the Ryan Family Dealerships replay. L with the wraparound. Morelli came crashing in, and then the puck just came to the side of the goal mouth, and it was fired on out. Nice clear there for the midgets. It was almost 1-0 Minot High School. Blocker side of the netminder, Bryce Catamus. Puck's launched out to center, comes away to Richardson. Picked up and worked away now into offensive territory. I had in my notes that Bryce Catamus as a sophomore was an all-West region selection. I don't believe he was on the all-WDA team last year, however.
I don't recall. Yeah, I don't recall being, but I remember him making a big difference in a lot of those games for Dickinson. Like you said, he had listed, they beat Century, knocked off Century in the West Region semis, and that was a crazy game. It was right before our semifinal game, so that was something. And they had the big defenseman Krieg, and he was go-to guy. He just kind of seemed like he could take over a game when he wanted.
Well, I missed the call on the play, but there's a power play coming for the Magi. We'll have to listen in. 2-minute power play is out for Minot High School. Magi power play unit out with Deal at the point. Fired, hit traffic, loose in front. Rutlick. Here, let's listen in. Here's Morelli down with the puck. Sends it out front. Rutlick on the doorstep. And there with a stick in the way was Case and Grohl might have just stopped it from being 1-0.
Oh boy, yeah, those power plays, I know we haven't, it's been a little bit of some misfirings at times for Minot, but you've got to be patient, wait for the right lane to open up, and sometimes it's just, you don't need to panic, just you got to take your time. I mean, there's no reason, you have 2 minutes, just get some good quality shots.
Serpro power play down to 1:25 now as Morelli works it here across. Panasuk waits to fire and sends it over the net. Comes back over. Now Deal sends it in, tipped in front by Rutlick.
That's nice. It's good puck movement, good deflection, good save by the. You know, he's just. He looks calm in there. I mean, you need a guy that is just, it's kind of like on Minot's end. You got Keller, hasn't faced nearly as many shots, but when your players know you got a guy back there, they can kind of put some trust in. That changes your style of play.
Well, there you saw the numbers from Rutlick, leading goal getter for the Magi. Here's Morelli with it. He can snipe it as well. Goes back down to Strand, and Strand will send it up here. Strand backdoor, one-timer to Panasuk, and Panasuk was robbed by Catabaras.
Well, I mean, Minot's getting opportunities. Some probably not as clean as others, but I mean, when you're that offside guy, you have to be ready because those good. The teams will be better and better as the year goes on, and the penalty killing units are top notch, especially when you start playing the top teams and the Eastern teams.
Dickinson's kills at 70%. Minot's power play sits at 28%. Odds are in the Magi favor in this hockey game on the specialty teams numbers as the Magi work it back in here with Richardson, who sends it wide. Finley Bentz. There's the 1 minute call. Down to 40 seconds remaining of power play time. Bentz walks in, fires. Catabaras shuts the door again. 55 seconds left in the opening period. Shots are 19-2, Minot High School.
A lot of shots in one period. I think you're Dickinson. You just want to get out of this period. Don't give up one now. Kill this penalty off. Get back to 5-on-5, and if you can get out of here, go into the locker room 0-0. That's a moral victory.
Rutlick at the point, tipped out in front. 26 seconds left of power play time. Here's the puck's work back away to Rutlick, far side, sent in. Catabaras goes down, he'll hang on to it. And Bryce Catabaras continuing to excel here for the Dickinson Midgets. Since save number 20 in the first period. He's on pace for 60 save performance here tonight, Matt.
That's crazy. I mean, we knew Minot likes to open it up, run kind of a run and gun style of offense. They're aggressive. They're going to pour shots on everybody they're playing. But boy, you get a power play. You get as many shots as you can.
There's another one. Panasuk back to Morelli. Over to Rutlick. Got past him. Roll tries to clear it. Dickinson wanted a call. They won't get it. Comes back away. Morelli's got to lay it down. He'll turn and fire. Catabaras stopped him. Dickinson's at full strength. Puck comes back away. Up now to Deal at the line. Sends it in. Hit the blocker of Catabaras again. Back down to Morelli. Give and go play here. Strand's going to work onto the corner. Tipped in front. Oh, they scored. Panasuk from Strand, and Morelli. Minot leads 1-0.
Well, we were just talking about Dickinson. Don't give up one, but I mean that's a tough break for Catabaras. He's got almost 25 saves in the first period. You can't stop them all, but when it comes to defensive play, you're a defenseman. You have to tie up somebody's stick. You don't really necessarily look at where the puck's at. You look at who is in front. Where's a guy in a white jersey? I got to get his stick up, get in front of him, box him out. You can't. There's only so much a goaltender can do in all the skill level he's got. He can't save them all.
Let's listen in as we head to break. Panasuk's third. Morelli and Strand's going to get a secondary assist on that, I would have to assume, coming up. Either way, Minot High breaks the ice, but it took them 16 minutes and 55 seconds to do so in the first. Minot out shooting Dickey 24-2.
Better late than never.
I guess. Magic Towing intermission report comes up next. We'll break down the opening period of play. We'll have the highlights. Take a look across the state. The other games being played today as well. Minot leads 1-0 at the break. It's North Dakota High School hockey here on the PSP Network.
Presentation on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by like and follow the PSP Network on all social media platforms and hit that subscribe button on YouTube. PSP Network. It's game day.
The foundation of the financial planning approach at Legacy Financial Partners is a personal relationship. Our unique and collaborative approach to financial planning starts with your dreams, not just the numbers. We will work with you regularly to take action to update your plan as your needs evolve, recommending products and services that are right for your situation.
When facing disaster, it's not just the things we lose, but the memories. But there's hope. ServPro, with decades of experience in Minot and Bismarck, is always ready. Our certified professionals don't just restore homes, they rebuild lives. Because to us, you're not just a client, you're family.
Shields Visa is more than just a card. It's the freedom to go. It's a gateway to explore and do more of what you love. Imagine where the Shields Visa can take you. So join us in discovering endless possibilities. Shields Visa. Together, we've got this.
Meet Gary. Gary is an ordinary guy, but right now Gary has car trouble. Gary doesn't know about magic towing. Don't be like Gary. Remember the name and the number. It's Magic Towing. We are here to help 24/7. Magic Towing in Western North Dakota. Don't be like Gary. Remember the name and the number. It's Magic Towing.
Hi, Carson.
What's up, guys?
What you doing?
Just helping out with the local food drive, looking for some more donations. What are you guys up to?
We're helping too. Look what we collected.
Well done. That's the spirit.
That's because we're building character.
You guys are characters, all right.
Yeah. Wait, what?
Giving back to the community is one of the guiding principles at First Western Bank.
First Western. You can bank on us.
For those who dream big, Ackerman Estvold is here with the latest tools and innovations to design smart. Our team of architects and engineers carefully plan every step of construction, making it possible to build bold. And most importantly, we know how valuable it is to give back, ensuring our communities continue to thrive for generations to come. That's Ackerman Estvold.
One period of play in the books here from the Pepsi rink at Mesa Arena. 3-0 Minot High leads 1-0 over the Dickinson Midgets that come into this hockey game here today sitting on a 1-3-1 mark inside. 1-3-1 mark inside of their 24-25 campaign. Welcome into our Magic Towing intermission report. Magic Towing, you blow it, we tow it. Magic Towing brings you the intermission report. Well, Minot High took all of the first period to be able to find a way to crack Bryce Cadamaris. My goodness, what an onslaught of shots that was. 24 shots on goal in the opening period compared to the 2. And the Magi found a way at the end of their power play. It was an even strength tally, but at the end of the period, the Magi get on the board to make it 1-0. You're on a special day at the Pepsi rink at Mesa Arena. Magi are playing for a cause. Donna Rosted night here tonight. Former Minot High goaltender playing for a cause. And Don Rostand with his battle with cancer. They announced before the hockey game, before Rooster dropped the puck tonight, that he's officially cancer-free. And that's great news. Nothing but support from this hockey community in the Magic City and across the area, across all of Minot and surrounding area. Hashtag Rooster Strong. Magi Hockey fights colon cancer and their cause here tonight. Fantastic stuff. Magic Towing halftime report. Magic Towing intermission reports. Has Minot High leading 1-0 on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. Taking a look at the numbers from the first period of play. Minot High with 24 shots on goal compared to the Dickinson Midgets, who have fired 2. That means 23 saves were made by Catamarus. 2 saves for Keller. Minot High's power play was the only one that was on the ice. They went 0 for 1 on the advantage. Dickinson didn't get a power play in that first period. Those are your numbers, brought to you by DriveRyan.com. Drive Ryan. Browse your massive inventory online. Massive selection. Minot and Williston, only 1 goal to report to the hockey game. There it is right there. Panasuk's third of the year from Strand and Morelli. That's where we stand at the end of 1 period play. Well, when we come back to the Pepsi rink at Mesa Arena, we'll get ready for our second. Minot High and Dickinson 1-0 at the end of 1 period played here on the BNC National Bank scoreboard.
Today, we deliver more wonderful birthdays at Trinity Health Family Birth Center. We offer all new private, family-centered suites. Our maternity team provides more personalized support, advanced care, and the reassurances of a NICU and a neonatologist on staff. Take a virtual tour at trinityhealth.org/Family Birth Center. Trinity Health, making more possible.
Magic City Home Leisure is excited to introduce the fabulous addition of the Master Spas line, including the phenomenal Michael Phelps Swim Spas. Enjoy the relaxing health benefits and enjoy 0% financing up to 72 months or up to $5,000 off on all spas. You'll also find $2,000 off the MSRP on all pools, swim spas, and saunas. Come see for yourself the outstanding lineup of Master Spas, including the Michael Phelps Swim Spas, exclusively at Magic City Home Leisure.
You worked hard, saved well, and invested wisely. Whether it's paying for a child's education, taking the family trip you've dreamed of, giving back to the community, or funding a confident retirement, we can help you reach your goals. We are passionate about helping you make smart decisions about your spending and saving so you can feel confident about the future while enjoying life today. Together, we can design a personalized plan that takes into account your short and long-term needs and wants, but is flexible enough to adjust as your life changes.
This presentation on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by to like and follow the PSP Network on all social media platforms and hit that subscribe button on YouTube. PSP Network. It's game day.
Meet Gary. Gary is an ordinary guy, but right now Gary has car trouble. Gary doesn't know about magic towing. Don't be like Gary. Remember the name and the number. It's Magic Towing. We are here to help 24/7. Magic Towing in Western North Dakota. Don't be like Gary. Remember the name and the number. It's Magic Towing.
Time for our second frame here on the PSP Network. Minot and Dickinson in a 1-0 tilt. Minot High's got the advantage, courtesy of Easton Panasuk's third goal of the year. It was Strand and Morelli that had the assists on the goal. Welcome back into the Pepsi rink here at Mason Arena. Big thank you to our friends at Magic Towing. You blow it, we tow it. Magic Towing, proud to bring you North Dakota High School Athletics on the PSP Network. Mention PSP Network and save $50 on the tow at Magic Towing. Nick Holbert, Matt Morelli on the call here today. Today's game brought to you by our good friend Mason Kramer Photography. Mason Kramer Photography, proud to bring you high school athletics. Find him on all social media platforms. MasonKramerPhotography.com. And oh, by the way, Tyler Hagen is here today. Tyler Hagen Photography. Game action shots, senior portraits, you name it. Those photos from today's game will be on the PSP Network social media platform later on here today. Big thanks to Tyler Hagen for being here and covering this contest. We also want to thank our friends at Shields of Minot and Bismarck. They've got every sporting good underneath the sun, you name it, along with fashion and footwear, hunting and fishing gear. Shields has it. They bring you this contest on the PSP Network, along with Minot State University. Minot State, be seen, be heard, be you. More than 96% of recent college grads are either employed or continuing their education at Minot State. Nick Holberg, Matt Morelli on the call here today from the Pepsi rink. Matt, the former Minot High standout, former University of North Dakota Fighting Sioux. Dickinson didn't have a program back in the 80s when you played, and they've certainly risen as time continues. And that's really just kind of the name of the game, isn't it, Matt, that the time is needed?
Yeah, no, it is. These programs they're just going to get better and better. They all take time. They take years. Like a lot of those programs, they're not at the top the first or second year. I mean, you take Legacy, they've taken them a few years to get rolling. Now and it's good to see when it's even, when you see some of the teams that haven't been there, that you want. That's the way it should be, and that's kind of the name of the game when it's where it's parity. You get to these West Region tournaments later in February, mid-February, and the games are just fantastic. Most of them are fairly close. They're close. They're exciting. You get bigger. The crowds get bigger, and you get the students involved. Now, I kind of like when they rotate the location. They go to between Minot and Bismarck, and these facilities are, you don't have to have a gigantic arena to have a good time. Sometimes the ones that are 1,500 to 2,500 arenas are just the right size for a West Region tournament.
Yeah, it's right back here at the Pepsi rink this year. Sure like when it's at this venue. It certainly shows out well.
Yeah, this is a great building. Great setup, press box. I mean, take nothing against Bismarck, but you're at the VFW. We're kind of stuck in that corner.
Dickinson's in black, Minot's in white. If you're just joining us, Strand comes back in with it. High riser. Oh, he missed. Tried for the high blocker side corner, but sailed it over the net.
Like I was saying, Minot's got a ton of shots so far, and we've missed the net. Minot's missed the net a fair amount.
Coleman on the far side wing, tried to bump it off ahead, but it's taken away there off the wall by Siebel. Fires it back into Magi territory, and back on the retrieve is Pakaluk. Pakaluk comes over to Finley Bentz. First game back for Bentz as he works away to the far side now as Bentz had the motor on, shoveled it up off the wall. Pakaluk on the rush, comes away to the far boards for Tegan Strand. Out front for Rutlick, taken away Spence moves it off, and it comes all the way back into Magi territory, back in behind the Minot High goal, where it's taken here by Richardson. Richardson on the far wing, dropped it down, sent it out front. Goal here from Dickinson would be monumental in this contest, with the shots at 27-3, favoring the Midgets right now. And that's something that can't be talked about enough from the goaltending perspective in a showdown like this, Matt. That is an offsides on the play, by the way. 14:45 to play here in the second.
Well, I think when you're facing this much pressure as Dickinson is, you'll take anything at this point. But you got to get. Dickinson needs to get some shots on goal. I don't care where you shoot it from, but you got to hit the net. Nothing. You miss the net sometimes, and it's like a breakout for the other team. These boards are so lively these days. It just hits the corner and comes right out. So if you're Minot, keep firing, put them on net. With Dickinson, you can't be fancy. You just got to throw it on net and get some pressure on Keller.
Far side wing, Rutlick had the hit over there in the far wall. Yeah, when you're Keller talking about that and only seeing a couple, here come the Magi now. Panasuk tried to fire it out front. Nice diving play there from Grohl. When you've only seen 2 in the game like Keller has, or 3 now in the contest, only 1 of quality. Not easy to stay sharp back there, Matt, by any means.
No, you got to stay. You got to do your best. You just have to. It's a mental. I mean, it's a mental adjustment. These guys, like you said, you're a goalie that Caterham was facing 30 shots almost in one period of play, and the other end you got Keller that said you don't just got to stay alive and be ready. And just like you said, you see them, they make laps in the corners like you guys do, and you do whatever you do. I'm not about to tell a guy how to play his position when we've never played it. I wouldn't tell you how to do it. Goalies are it's not for everybody. It's like when they're young kids and they bring the old days of when I was coaching. The goalie bag. You switched off. You gave it to one kid, and then the next game you say, "Hey, Bobby, you're going to be next Saturday. You're going to be the goalie." And that kid, and you let everybody try it. Some couldn't stand it, and others, the kids loved it. And I think the biggest thing, the kids loved the gear. They loved putting all that gear on. And most of the stuff is nice. It's lightweight. I know with the Minot hockey boosters here, they always had good gear. It was newer. Kids just they couldn't even sleep when they knew they got to be suited up and play goal.
Only got the Zamboni door open down there, Matt. I'm not exactly sure. There's an issue with the ice, possibly. It looks like they're gonna see the young man Brandon McFall coming out onto the ice surface to get the ice put back together with Steve Brown. We appreciate what those guys do. This facility certainly top notch. Not exactly sure what the issue is here. They had an issue in the JV game earlier on today as well that had a short delay. It's First International Bank and Trust timeout on the ice surface. Something we don't see a whole lot here at the Pepsi rink. First International Bank and Trust, full service, family owned, independent community bank built on the bond between our employees and customers. Founded in 1910 and growing to serve rural and urban communities across Arizona, Minnesota, North Dakota, and South Dakota. Find them online, FIBT.com. Breaking the action as we have some ice maintenance that needs to be attended to. 1-0 Magi. We're here with 13:51 to play in the middle period of action on the PSP Network.
We often think of frontiers as pages in a history book, a time gone by. But even in this modern world, there are new frontiers to conquer. Whether you're tending the land to grow a better tomorrow or growing a business for new opportunities, the work you do powers the world. Exploring the frontier means stepping forward, shaping the future for yourself and for those around you. First International Bank and Trust, helping you live first, one step at a time.
For decades, Nodak Insurance Company has been serving our state's residents in good times and challenging times. We come together for the greater good, from simple acts of kindness to company-wide efforts that make a difference in our community. It's who we are, rooted in North Dakota and ready to serve when it matters most. Nodak Insurance Company, agents with answers.
Darren Johnson, Cody Olson, and Scott Wilkins, your agents with answers in Mandan.
While the maintenance of the ice continues on here at the Pepsi rink at Mesa Arena. Yeah, and again, Matt, we talked about this on our First International Bank and Trust scoreboard, this facility, and how great it is. It's top notch. I mean, when you talk about rinks in the state of North Dakota, obviously the Ralph Engelstad Arena is just in its own category. That's a given. Shields Arena down in Fargo is certainly spectacular. And then the Mason Shields Arena, depending on who you ask and how you want to debate that conversation, it's pretty close to side by side when it comes to the two. Shields Arena just a bit bigger. However, kind of strange seeing the issues that we've had here in this hockey game today with the ice surface. And the JV game, it was the same thing, that there were some issues right at center ice here today with the ice.
Right. You take the amount of wear and tear on these sheets of ice, the college, Toros, high school, youth. I mean, these rinks there's a lot of use. People don't really think of all that wear and tear on these facilities, but Bob Gillen and the crew, they really know what they're doing. Larry McFall, they've been around, they've been doing it a long time. It's like whipping up a order of toast for those guys, piece of cake. They're so good with anything that might come up. They've seen it before. They're veterans.
Some of the best in the business, without a doubt. Puck's underneath the net, far side. On the retrieve, here is Jans, and he tries to clear. Minot's got it, but it comes back up to the point now for Deal. Deal worked here. He's got traffic on top of him. Midgets push out to center now as it's Danborn that takes it, moves it off ahead. Sorry, that was Grohl that moved it off ahead. Comes back underneath the net now where it comes away here to Deal, and Deal will shuffle it back to Schmeichel. Cross ice dish, tried to feed it down too far in front of Hagenau. That's down for an icing. And that icing is brought to you by Planet Pizza. Planet Pizza, proudly serving the Magic City for over 25 years. Order now, 701-852-1700. Logan Gross, the player that we spotlighted tonight here for the Dickinson Midgets. 3 points on his campaign, and trying to fill that void of the 38 points that they lose with Caden Creed graduating a year ago. He was just a man amongst boys, if you will, at times on the back end for the Midgets. One of the better players that we've seen in the WDA.
He logged a lot of minutes for him. That's what you do with your high-end guys. You work them. They revel in that ice time, and you just, even if they're tired, they most likely they can handle it. They're probably a little bit better than what you might have on your bench. And if you're a coach, you know that, and the player knows that, and they want to be out there.
Tegan Strand up at center. Puck's taken back away by Spence. Ridden off by Strand. Now Finley Bentz has it. Bentz reversed it back to Pakaluk.
Kind of some sloppy play by both teams. I'd say we know you're early in the year, but every game you should see improvement. You've got to work on puck management, being smart, making the right play at the right time. You don't have to be fancy out here, but like there's times where just a simple chipping the puck off the wall makes a big difference. Some people don't see it, but the people that know the game, the coaches, and you might be able to fool some fans, but you're not going to be able to fool the coaches behind the bench, and it makes the game easier for all.
Tegan Strand ended up putting the Magi off sides and to regroup. Gave Dickinson the free out of their end. Now it's the Magi from their own territory. Puck's going to be picked off and picked off again. Now Morelli's got it, and Mac Morelli skates in. That one goes off the official on the near side. Casey Lang took it off the ankle. That doesn't feel very good. Puck at the half wall. Morelli works it back up to the point. Tipped out in front by Panasuk, looking for his second to the game. Comes away to Rutlick, back at the far point. Now worked across. Knocked down out of the air. Comes back away down to Groschi on the near side. Panasuk from the slot. Got it back away up top. Earhart walks and fires. Oh, he hit the goal post. Puck comes to Morelli on the near wing. Mac Morelli will turn and fire, save. Panasuk on top of him. Hang on tight. We might have a Donnybrook brewing here as Catamarus comes up with save number 29 of the hockey game. Another look at it on the Ryan Family Dealerships replay. Well, there's the goalpost that got hit. Then Morelli goes to work on the near side. Panasuk was on the doorstep. Catamarus, he sees it. He'll stop it just about 95% of the time, it seems.
He's solid. I mean, that's what they need. He's doing exactly what he needs to do. Give him a chance.
Morelli calls for it, gets it, fires. He shoots and scores.
Sometimes you don't always have to shoot it the hardest, but if you get a quick shot off, the goalie doesn't have time to get set. No matter what player it is, you don't have to be the strongest. Everybody always thinks that strong guys and big guys can shoot the puck hard. It's just, sometimes it's your release. It's getting it off your stick before that goalie has a chance to get set. You can't blame him on that. That was just came off a stick quick, and was a bad turnover by Dickinson.
Well, Morelli can fire it. He does there. Mac Morelli's got his 3rd of the year. Team high point number 9 for the Minot High gunslinger, the captain. Fired on. Stop from Keller. Let's listen in. Panasuk, the only assist credited on the goal. Morelli's 3rd of the year. Minot leads 2-0 on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. Puck comes back away on the far side. You hear that communication. You hear those microphones off the glass down at the half wall in both offensive zone. You heard Morelli call for the puck. Delivered right onto the tape. That communication sometimes in this game overlooked quite often.
You're right. It makes it just so much easier in the game when you talk to your teammates, tell them they got time or what to do. You're helping them. You're not. It's always for the benefit of smarter play.
Hudson Cope with the puck. He'll skate it down. Fires on. Catamarus made the stop. Up into the catching. Minute goes, and he'll hang on to it. Down to 9:23 to play in the second. Just about halfway in, halfway home in this Saturday afternoon affair. Another look at it on the Ryan Family Dealerships replay. The Morelli goal. Even strength tally. Got it out front and just fired it right home on the low blocker side.
Well, like you said, good things happen when you call for it.
Richardson holds his own far side. Hagenau scrumming for it, pushed out of the corner. Thompson in after it. Thompson's got it under the net, back to Rutlick. Now Rutlick behind the cage with a backhand. Sent it out front. Rutlick on the far wall. Scrubs for it. Out in front. Hagenau fires. Oh, Catamarus goes down onto the pillows and hangs on to it. And Bryce Catamarus continuing to shine in this hockey game here this afternoon. .8:57 to play in the second. Today's game on the PSP Network proudly brought to you by our friends at Northern Plains Heating and Air. No other choice to seal your heating and air game than Northern Plains Heating and Air. Find them in the Magic City. Tipped in front. Pakaluk fires. Rutlick tipped it. The Magi score 3-0.
Well, we talked about good things will happen when you keep firing your mind out. There's no reason to get frustrated. You're not playing bad, and Dickinson's not playing bad either. Their goalie is playing good. You face 30 shots in a period and a half of hockey. You can't. I mean, he's human. Something's gonna get by him eventually. But your mind, you just stick with your game. Dickinson needs to get a break here. They can't go down. You can't go down 4. They got to get a greasy one here. Something to give them some life so they can get back to work.
Rutlick scores again, and on the season for Rutlick, that's the team high 6th goal of the year. We talk about him coming in as one of those gunslingers for the Magi, and he's certainly continuing on a feverish pace. 6 goals now in 4 games, pretty good clip. Oliver Thompson's going to get an assist on that goal as well, Matt. Well, it's been a pampering of sorts here in this hockey game. Minot's got 34 shots. The Midgets have 4, make it 35 now as that rising shot went off the waffle board. Minot's not done yet. Schmeichel backdoor. Oh, what a save. Rebound out in front. Comes out onto a tee. Comes away here down to Marsland. Wheeling it down. Got it back over to Strand.
What a save there. I mean, that was just reaction. Cattermas is just, it's keeping it from getting even worse.
Puck comes back away on the half boards. Fired back up to center. Gross is into the zone with it. He'll send it back down in behind the netminder, Devin Keller. Minot High on the season coming into the showdown today and outshot their opponents 122-45. And that number continuing to rise. And if you're Minot High right now, you got to like how things are going moving towards the Roseau tournament and into next week, where they've got Devils Lake at Devils Lake. They go to Jamestown. They go to Legacy on Thursday. And then Jamestown comes to the Pepsi rink next Saturday before the holiday break. And it's not much of a holiday break for Minot High because they head to the Roseau tournament shortly thereafter. That Roseau tournament starting on the 26th of December, the day after Christmas. They play Lake of the Woods, then Roseau, then Robbinsdale Armstrong. All those games in that Roseau Holiday Classic. And it's always good competition when you head out east and play those Minnesota schools. If you can get some wins out there, you certainly get the confidence building up. Here's Morellian with it, fires, big pad save. Puck comes back away now as it's sent out to center for Spence. Midgets have some non-conference game. They play Rushmore and Aberdeen, a couple South Dakota schools on the 27th and 28th. They host Mandan on the 19th coming up next week, so their schedule isn't light by any means either coming up, but Minot High is almost like a pro schedule right now with what they have starting here today, and then the matchup at Devils Lake Tuesday, Thursday against Legacy, and at home on Saturday before the break.
You got 5 games in 8 or 9 days for Minot. That's a grind. I just don't know if that's exactly you want to have it 3 games in 1 week, but it's the way it is, and they've got to make the best of it, get your rest, take care of your bodies, and be ready for West Region hockey because they're going to be all going to be tough games.
Played with a high stick by L. And a stop of the play. That will bring the faceoff back out into Minot High territory, all the way back down into Minot High territory. Well, there you see the head coaches on the left side. That's Jordan Willert in the maroon and Jason Bennett in the CCM cap. John Grubb on the far right side. Grubb moving down to an assistant coach role. Bennett in his 11th year as the head coach. He and Grubb had 10 years as the head men for the Magi. Jordan Willert still in the record books, one of the best players to ever play at Minot High. So is John Grubb, by the way. Up to center we go down for Hudson Culp into the zone. The other side, Cass Dvorak in year number 2 for the Dickinson Midgets after fascinating year last year for the Midgets. Dvorak replacing Dallas Kuntz, who is the program director down in Dickinson, who's done nothing but great work with this midget program. Here's a shot on goal. Catamaras hangs on to it. Catamaras talking to Casey Lang after that shot on goal, saying, hey, got to take care of me just a little bit here, eh?
I think he deserves it. I mean, he's making the saves. You don't really have to be fancy, but he's under a lot of pressure. You got to give him a lot of credit. He's almost got 40 stops, and he's still got 23 minutes of game left.
Yeah, he's had a workload here tonight, no question about that. Lemon up at the point. Back down to the corner. Minot High's not done buzzing yet, Matt. Coleman's got it here. I would have to think that Minot High School is trying to prove a point in a sense here tonight after the most recent matchup with Dickinson in the WDA title game where the Midgets upset the Magi 2-1. There's going to be a penalty coming here. The arms up from Casey Lang. High sticking will be the call, and who will go to the box? It's going to be Coleman into the sin bin for the Magi. Coleman will have the seats.
Well, if you're Minot, I mean, done a pretty good job, I think, so far this season, staying out of the box aside from the one game. But you've got a team on the ropes. Don't do anything dumb. I mean, just kill it off. Don't have to be fancy. There's nothing. You know, you're in control of the game. You just stay out of the box, play it hard, 5-on-5. You don't need to be doing anything that you don't want to have anybody injured or sitting out because of a dumb penalty.
First power play of the game here for the Midgets. It's a power play for Dickinson coming into the contest here today. That's 2 for 20 on the season. 10%, and a number that they're certainly going to look to improve on as this year continues, starting right now against one of the top teams in the state, Minot High School.
Yeah, you don't want to. I mean, you need to have a. If you're clicking around that 18 to 22 or 23%. I mean, anything around 20, I think, is a good percentage of power play. So when you're at considerably less than that, probably not exactly what the coach wants to see, but you work on it. You got to spend more time in practice, and that's it. There's no other way to say it. You got to give it more time.
Chipped up off the wall. Richardson shorthanded. Serpro power play out for the Midgets. Right back in comes Evan Gross with the puck. Gross will fire. Stick save there from Keller. Off the near side wall. Puck's going to be pushed free. Held in at the line. Worked back in. High rising shot missed that time. With the attempt out front was Bolts. There's Keller with a stop. Comes back away. Up at the far line. Held in here by Cheddar. Cheddar gets it back now from Gross. Cheddar tried to bring it back to fire it in, but it's taken by Pakaluk, and Pakaluk hammers it around the end boards, escapes the zone, and comes all the way back into Midget territory. 25 seconds remains on the Serpro power play here for the Midgets as it's taken by Strand for the Magi. He's got it pinned up down and deep inside of Dickinson territory. Midgets out with it. This is Bolts. Oh, big hit here at center ice. Bolts was crushed on the play by Finley Bentz. Working across the line, Spence has it, fires, he shoots and scores.
Well, it's a nice quick shot. You hate to see those sneak by him, you know, a little bit farther out, but Keller might have been screened a hair. You never know sometimes. The puck can do strange things coming off guys' sticks. And like we talked about taking a quick shot, we said, Dickinson needs one to get on the board. They got to do something, anything to give them some life so they can get out of this period. You know, get out of this period 3-1. You give yourself a shot in the third period. You're only down a couple shots.
3-1 hockey game now on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. Magi right back in with Panasuk. Morelli over on the far side, scrubbing for it. Morelli had his pocket picked. Here's a foot race back the other direction. This is Zietz with it. Zietz will fire. Pad save there from Keller. Push back out front. Magi turn and burn now as they move up to center. Let's listen in. Bolts and Siebel in on the assist. To bring it back within two here as the Midgets carry forward again. Vilas in about in high territory. Now Panasuk fires it up to center. Trying to lead it out there for Morelli, but it's taken here by the Midgets who bring it back up through neutral. A little bit of life now into this Dickinson group after they put one past Keller. To be expected here as they have a late charge in the second. Comes up now here for Rutlick.
Well, they've stepped it up a little bit. Their puck a little bit more crisp these last couple shifts.
Puck comes back away down to Vilas, moves it away forward. Backhanded out of the zone, taken by Oliver Thompson. Sorry, make that Earhart instead. Earhart carries down out in front to Thompson. Chipped towards the net by Schmeichel, missed it wide. Over on the far wing, puck is hammered down the length of the ice surface. This is an icing brought to you by our friends at the UPS store. Located in the Marketplace Foods Plaza for all your packing and shipping needs. It's the UPS store.
I think maybe just a little bit of lax play by Minot there a little bit. Like you said, Dickinson gets on the board. It gives them a little bit of hope. They've kind of took it to Minot there a couple shifts in a row. They're a little more aggressive. They started to kind of hit Minot a little bit, get in their way, and Minot kind of coughed the puck up a few times. And that's kind of uncharacteristic for Minot. You just don't think that you have a 3-1 lead. It's going to be as simple because their goalie's going to keep them in it.
Without question, he's sitting on a 35 save performance right now. Making a 36 save performance right now. The 39 shots that he's seen. Puck comes back away down to the Midgets. They push up to center. Earhart back on the retrieve. Make that Thompson. That 40 and that 10 look a lot alike on the back of the uniforms. I apologize.
You have the 0, right?
Comes away to Richardson with it now underneath the net. I should show you the email I got from the guy after the Century game the other night. You get a kick out of it. Puck comes back away on the near side for L.
Was it a good email or a bad email?
Well, If you like to be beat down like a rented mule about how bad you are at hockey play-by-play, you'd love it.
Oh, boy.
Puck comes back away on the blocker side of the netminder, Catamarus.
You're only a click away from delete.
No kidding. Puck comes back away down to L underneath the net. Sends it out front. Oh, Thompson sent it wide with a backhand. Puck comes back away to Schmeichel on the near side wall. Scrumming forward in deep. Puck's going to be taken back at the line. Bentz holds it in. Finley Bentz turns the motor on underneath the net again. And Finley Bentz is underneath the goal line where he works it back away to Richardson. Back up now. Down to 15 seconds to play in the period. Get ready to count them down, kids. We're at 12 seconds. Now 10, now 9, now 8. Strand down to the corner. Bentz was calling for it. Midgets will push out. Will this do it for the period? Or will we have one more face-off? They're going to say that is it. Well, we saw some scoring in the second. 1-0 Minot at the end of one. It's now 3-1 Magi at the end of two. Magic Towing intermission report comes up next here on the PSP Network.
Presentation on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by Make sure to like and follow the PSP Network on all social media platforms and hit that subscribe button on YouTube. PSP Network. It's game day.
The foundation of the financial planning approach at Legacy Financial Partners is a personal relationship. Our unique and collaborative approach to financial planning starts with your dreams, not just the numbers. We will work with you regularly to take action to update your plan as your needs evolve, recommending products and services that are right for your situation.
When facing disaster, it's not just the things we lose, but the memories. But there's hope. ServPro, with decades of experience in Minot and Bismarck, is always ready. Our certified professionals don't just restore homes, they rebuild lives. Because to us, you're not just a client, you're family.
Shields Visa is more than just a card. It's the freedom to go. It's a gateway to explore and do more of what you love. Imagine where the Shields Visa can take you. So join us in discovering endless possibilities. Shields Visa. Together, we've got this.
Meet Gary. Gary is an ordinary guy, but right now Gary has car trouble. Gary doesn't know about magic towing. Don't be like Gary. Remember the name and the number. It's Magic Towing. We are here to help 24/7. Magic Towing in Western North Dakota. Don't be like Gary. Remember the name and the number. It's Magic Towing.
This presentation on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by Make sure to like and follow the PSP Network on all social media platforms and hit that subscribe button on YouTube. PSP Network. It's game day.
We want it all. We want our dog to fetch it.
Drop it.
And drop it. We want to fix it ourselves. And actually fix it. We want to order the market price lobster. And know the market price of the lobster.
How much is...
Whatever the market says.
Sadly, we can't have it all. Except at Sport Clips, where we check in with the pros in men's hair and totally check out with pure, uninterrupted relaxation. Sport Clips. It's a game changer.
Whether you're looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business succession, Planning Team Financial Advisors is here to help you work toward achieving your financial goals. With locations in Bismarck, Garrison, and Center, our full-service team of professionals are dedicated to helping you work towards achieving your financial goals. Visit us online, planningteam.com.
Securities offered through LPL Financial, member of FINRA and Civic. Investment advisory services offered through New Edge Advisors, LLC, a registered investment advisor. New Edge Advisors, LLC, and Planning Team Financial Advisors are separate entities from LPL Financial.
At Schatz Crossroads, we make 8 gallons of homemade ranch dressing every day, so you can smother your dinner salad with it, dip those crispy golden French fries in it, and dunk your breaded chicken strips. You can even cover your... Wait, no. You can't put ranch on steak, or can you? Schatz Crossroads. Don't forget the ranch.
We've played 34 minutes inside the Pepsi rink. In WDA hockey here this afternoon, Magi have scored 3. The Midgets have scored 1. It's our second intermission report brought to you by Magic Towing. Magic Towing, you blow it, we tow it. Put this number in your phone now. You'll be glad you did. 701-509-4011. Magic Towing, proudly serving Western North Dakota. Mention PSP Network and save yourself $50 on the tow at Magic Towing. Well, through 2 periods of play, we've had ourselves quite a tilt here today. If you like hot goaltending action, well, that's what we've had from Bryce Catabaras. 40 shots on goal against the netminder for the Dickinson Midgets. And boy, the young man has been sensational in the hockey game. Might have got the first one from Panasuk. However, Morelli and Strand assisted in the first. In the second, might have added 2 more. Mac Morelli from Panasuk out in front of the net, firing it home. Then the Magi had a tip shot from Rutlick, team high, 6th of the year. Pakaluk and Thompson had the assist on the play. Dickinson gets on the board on the power play. Tail end of their power play, right at the end of that power play. Shot was fired in. Spence put it to the back of the net. How about this hit, though, in the periods? Not that there hasn't been any physicality in the hockey game. This is a good one right here on the near side wall. To be expected. The showdown between Dickinson and Minot High, it usually is pretty healthy when it comes to the physicality. That's what we've seen here. Goaltender shots 40-7. Means that the saves are 37-6. You look at the numbers presented by Ryan Family Dealerships. DriveRyan.com. Browse their massive inventory online. 3-1. Minot's power play 0 for 1. The Midget power play 1 for 1. 37 saves to 6 of the hockey game. Those are lopsided numbers without a doubt. Minot High trying to see if they could close out the Midgets today and move to 4-0 inside of the WDA. The standings inside the West region coming in to the game today, and in the East region. Jamestown, the team to beat right now at the top of the ladder with Williston and Minot, all teams that are sitting on unblemished records. Minot and Jamestown play a week from today. Williston sits at 3-0 in the conference as well. Legacy's at 2-1. Century at 1-1. Mandan at 2-2. Bismarck at 1-4. Butler Rugby at 0-1. Dickinson hungry for their first win of the year in conference play. Hazen Beulah at 0-4 as well. Central and Red River played just the other night. Had the chance to watch that on KNOX Live online. Ryan Cunningham had the call of that game, and it was a doozy. If you're a Grand Forks Central fan, they mopped up Red River just a bit. 7-3 the final score just the other night, or 7-4. Either way, a 7th spot put on the board by Central. They're for real 4-0 in their campaign in the 24-25 season. Minot plays Devils Lake coming up next Tuesday night at Devils Lake. Devils Lake sits on a 2-3 mark inside of their season right now. There's the standings presented by Shields. If you haven't already done so, make sure to like and follow the PSP Network on all social media platforms. Our mission is to promote local athletes, and we're going to do that again next week. Heavy slate of games on the PSP Network next week. Check our social media for that schedule being released on Sunday evening. 3-1 at the end of 2 periods played here from the Pepsi rink in the Magic City. Minot leads 3-1.
Today, we deliver more wonderful birthdays at Trinity Health Family Birth Center. We offer all new private, family-centered suites. Our maternity team provides more personalized support, advanced care, and the reassurances of a NICU and a neonatologist on staff. Take a virtual tour at trinityhealth.org/Family Birth Center. Trinity Health, making more possible.
Magic City Home Leisure is excited to introduce the fabulous edition of the Master Spas line, including the phenomenal Michael Phelps Swim Spas. Enjoy the relaxing health benefits and enjoy 0% financing up to 72 months or up to $5,000 off on all spas. You'll also find $2,000 off the MSRP on all pools, swim spas, and saunas. Come see for yourself the outstanding lineup of Master Spas, including the Michael Phelps Swim Spas, exclusively at Magic City Home Leisure.
Banking is some of the most important things in your life, and banking at the right bank is very important. We're really proud of our bank because we have great people, and our people are what make our bank go. We always want to treat our customers right and do the best job we can for them, and try to do things to help make our communities better.
Jersey Mike's slices your sub right in front of you, see? The slicer, the meat and cheese, it has a rhythm. This is the rhythm of the slice. The slice. Oh yeah. The rhythm of the slice. This is the rhythm of the slice. The slice. Oh yeah.
Order for Danny?
Sliced right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing. A sub above.
This presentation on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by Make sure to like and follow the PSP Network on all social media platforms and hit that subscribe button on YouTube. PSP Network. It's game day.
Time for our third period of play here on the PSP Network. We get set and ready for the showdown of the third. Minot leads by a score of 3-1. Matt Morelli's up here in the booth with me, but we've got it set up right now. There you are, Matty. How do you like this rooster button on the Donnie Rostad night? You got to love that, don't you? Yeah.
Yeah, mine's on the left side. Yeah, I thought, you know, whatever we can do to help Rooster and keep his spirits up and take on his health battle. I mean, you do things for people. You don't even think twice. You just do it.
I'll keep the button on. I like it. I think it's a nice touch. Minot High's in white, Dickinson's in black. If you're just joining us, Magi peppering the midgets in this showdown. Shots are 40-7. Minot High's got the advantage in that column as Deal's down in the corner with the puck here for the Magicians. Back to Morelli underneath the net, working out of Gretzky's office. Here's Morelli back over to the left side, shuffles it up to the point for Deal. To his partner now, Pakaluk sends it in, comes out to Morelli, fired in front. Oh, and hit traffic in front of the net. Chenner was there, and Chenner shut the door. Here's Morelli with it, back down underneath the net for Rutlick. Held at the line, Pakaluk. Finley Bentz. Spins off a check, and now Bentz is going to free it out into the center slot. Up to center, Pakaluk bumps it back to his partner Deal, and Deal will shuffle it up the wall on the near side. Ahead it comes, Evan Gross is back on the retrieve. Panisuk scored his third of the year back in the first. Morelli got his third of the year in the second. Rutlick got his 6th of the year. Those were all the Minot goals, and then Spence was the one that scored for the Dickinson Midgets. That was goal number 1 on the season, point number 2. Strand back in front. Oh, what a pad save there from the netminder, Catamarus.
Great save.
Shooting gallery continues on. Shots are 42-7. Giant hit on the far side wall. Panasuk is going to get rung up here as Eric Steele has the call from out at center. And this might be more than a 2-minute penalty coming here on Easton Panasuk as Casey Lang and Eric Steele come together to have the conversation on it.
So you thinking 5? Maybe head contact?
Well, we're going to watch it back on the Ryan Family Dealerships replay. Watch over by the Northwest Tire logo on the far side. Let's see if we have it on the replay. No, my initial reaction, here's the hit right here. My initial reaction is just that it is a 5-minute major that goes on the board. My initial reaction isn't that that's a 5-minute call. My initial reaction is good hard-nosed hockey. However, I've been around this game long enough, and at the Pepsi Rink at Mesa Arena, when kids get rocked these days, it's usually 2, and if they're really rocked, it's usually a 5, no matter what the situation is.
They have to. It's a quick call, it's a judgment call. You got to think safety of the player. I mean, as bad as that tough break from Minot, you just have to kill it off.
Well, gives the Midgets some life here, trailing by a score of 3-1. 5-minute major for boarding. Second power play of the game. The Midgets are 1 for 1 on the advantage. By the way, that's no knock on Eric Steele and Casey Lang by any means. It's just the way that the game has changed, folks. Comes away now to Strand on the near side wing. Short-handed are the Magi. Strand goes into the center slot. Now he just carries back all the way into his own end. He'll UFO this one down to the corner and shuffle it back in behind Catamarus. Minot goes off for a change. Dickinson picks up the puck in their own end. Back in your day when you played back in the 80s for the Magi, that would have just brought the packed all seasons arena to their feet, and everybody would have saluted you for the hit like that. No question about it.
There wasn't as many. I don't even know if there was 5-minute penalties. Rarely ever, but I mean, that's like you said. That's the way the game's changed. The refereeing, the way they officiate has changed. I mean, they have to. I get it. It's like you said. You talk about concussions. They didn't even call them that in the old days. They just said you got your bell rung. You took a few minutes off and shook your head around a little bit, and then you went. Coach said, "Get back out there," and you didn't even think. Kid didn't even think twice. Now, anything close to a concussion, you're out for the game.
Yeah, protocol, much different.
Yeah, you have to.
The game is so much faster as well these days, of course.
Guys are stronger and quicker, and everything's at a whole different level now.
Offensive zone for the Midgets. Here's their goal scorer. Spence will fire in. Keller makes the save. He hangs on to it. 13:36 to play here in the third. 3-1 Minot leads, but there's 3 minutes and 18 seconds left of the Serve Pro power play for the Dickinson Midgets on the 5-minute boarding major. Minot's Easton Panasuk. Yeah, and when you talk about hockey, especially at the high school level, or any level for that matter, but certainly at the high school level in our state of North Dakota, the more time that goes on, the closer we inch towards hitting just being completely removed from the game, it seems. It's my favorite piece of the game, the physicality level of matchups like this. Here's the Midgets with a chance, firing out. Oh, the shot was there. Keller stones Eats on the doorstep. Well, Dickinson gets one here, Matt, and we've got ourselves a different hockey game.
It's way too close for comfort, to be honest with you.
Comes away to Rutlick, shorthanded. Tried to go back door, down to Morelli. Morelli's got the puck, sends it off. Richardson had it on his tape, but it bumbled off. Comes back underneath the goal line. Richardson frees it, works it away far side for Gruhl. Lead pass to center, out of the tape for Zietz, and Zietz is into the zone. Here's Rutlick back after it. Fired it over to Richardson. Comes away now to Morelli. Here's Morelli short-handed. He and Rutlick in a clear cut. 2-on-0. Morelli walks and fires. Stick save from Catamarus. Morelli tried to go to the 5-hole, and the Dickinson goaltender slammed the door tight. Rutlick out front. Well, we had the chance to talk to Quinn Filling on Tuesday night, the former Minot High great. Played for the University of North Dakota, Fighting Sioux. He played for the U.S. development team. Here's the Magi again. Finley Bents out in front. Oh, they try to get fancy again. And the puck comes back away to the Midgets, who bring it up to center with Hughlin. Fired back underneath the net. Back to that Quinn Filling comment. Quinn's still the all-time leading point getter in the season. He had 77 points in 1 year for Minot High School. That's the most that any other player's ever had. Any player for Minot High has had more than any other player's ever had for the Magi. And his terminology of Minot High getting goalied a bit by Kleinjit against Century on Tuesday, you could use that with an apostrophe at the end of this one here today, because the goaltender for the Midgets has been stellar. Delay call coming on Bents. And the Midgets are going to find themselves with a 5-on-3 power play for the next minute 5. And a timeout now called here by the Midgets.
Well, you talk about taking a bad penalty, but
First International Bank and Trust timeout on the ice. We'll take a break as well. 3-1 Minot High. Dickinson's got a 5-on-3 advantage when we come back to the Pepsi rink here at Mesa Arena.
Banking is some of the most important things in your life, and banking at the right bank is very important. We're really proud of our bank because we have great people, and our people are what make our bank go. We always want to treat our customers right and do the best job we can for them, and try to do things to help make our communities better.
Well, the ServPro power play comes onto the ice surface here for the Midgets with a 5-on-3 advantage for the next minute 5. Giant opportunity here for Dickinson. If they can pull back within 1, it changes the landscape of this game in a dramatic fashion without question.
what I meant to say before that, sorry I lost my train of thought, is that you're already shorthanded. You have to be like under control. There's a difference between being aggressive and kind of like a little bit overboard, where you just have to let up. You don't want to go down, and it's a 2-goal game. It's not like you're up 5-6. You got to be careful, because Dickinson gets a shot, lucky one, goes off a shin pad. It gives them a whole new perspective on being down. They're in it. I mean, the shots don't look good for them, but they're in the game.
Chenner's got it here, takes it down underneath the net, works it away to the near side at the half boards. Underneath the goal line, shuffled back away far side. Pakaluk takes it and fires it out. Cadabras out of the net to play it. No luck on the 50-50 tonight, partner?
No, but it's well worth the donation that we gave for Rooster.
Yeah, without question. Icing on the Midgets. That will bring us all the way back into Dickinson territory. Here with 10:52 to play in the third period. Minot leading 3-1 on the BNC National Bank scoreboard.
How did the Minot girls end up doing? I thought you might give us an update. Didn't hear.
Apologize for not knowing. I don't know. We'll pull it up and see if we can find it on ND High School Hockey or highschoolhockeynd.com. Big thanks to Bob Gillen, as always, for doing what he does with that hockey site. State statistician for the last 25 years in North Dakota. Puck fired down in behind Keller. 10 seconds remains. A ServPro 5-on-3 power play time. Morelli will take it. Flips it out with the 9-iron all the way down to the left of Cadbris, who leaves it in the circle here as he poked it on free. Minot's one man down. Panasuk out of the box. Richardson tattoos and around the near side wall, comes all the way back into Midget territory. Tippett back on the retrieve, and Tippett takes it far side. Back to Tippett on the near, and Tippett will move it back to his defensive partner here, who wrangles it away, and that's Janzer. In on Keller it comes, and Keller is just going to fall on top of it, taking some time off the clock with 9:49 to play in the third. Minot up 3-1 on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. Those shots still sit at 43-11, favoring the hometown Magi. Well, when you look at the all-time win-loss column in this overall series, it's game number 57. Minot's got 51 wins, 4 losses, and 1 tie. 2 of the wins that Dickinson have been the 2 biggest in program history. One came back in 2017. That sent the Midgets to the state tournament, kept Minot away from the big dance for the first time in their streak of getting to the state tournament. Minot's been to the state tournament 41 times. That's more than any other team inside of North Dakota high school hockey on the west side of the state. The other one came last year, the most recent, in the WDA championship. Not to be a broken record about that. However, that was gigantic for the Dickinson program. Quite a celebration that night in the capital city and down in Dickinson as well after the Midgets upended Minot by a score of 2-1 in the WDA title game. Minot's full strength. Panasuk tried to feed it back door off to Finley Bentz. Comes away now to Panasuk underneath the net, shuffle down front. Nobody home for the Magi. Panasuk still on the rush forward here on the near wing. Fired in from center. Right back out to neutral. Marsland on the retrieve. Now Marsland. Lead pass to center. Look out of the seats. That one's going to go up into the protective mesh, and it drops down. A Souvenir will find a fan. And there's 8:46 to play in the hockey game. We've got ourselves a 3-1 score on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. And a face-off coming back out into the neutralized territory. Face-off taken by Thompson in against Grohl. Grohl wins it back, and it's taken by the Midgets up through the neutralized territory. Poked free here by Montoya. And back on the retrieve for the Magi in his own territory is Hagenau. Hagenau over to the far side. Scrumming for the puck on the far side wall. Comes back away down to Earhart. Got it away to Marsland.
Looks like his sock is kind of coming off on Hagenau. It's a solid white. He's just like fell down. Take a look. You see it?
The strap on the garter belt for Hagenau.
Oh God, that's humorous.
Looks to be hanging down almost onto the ice surface here for 24 in white. Comes back away up at neutral ice. Kind of reminds you of the final scene from Slapshot almost, doesn't it?
I was thinking something like that.
Back up to center now for the Midgets. They push it on forward, but it's taken at center by Earhart, wheeling and dealing. Here's the young D-man, fired it forward, came to Coleman on the rebound, and Cadbury's comes up with 2 more stops. Shots are now 45-11, Minot High School. Thompson back into the offensive zone. Hakeluk got it to Rutlick, center slot. Rutlick fires. Cadbury's again, slams the door. Fired back up to neutral. Something special about Cadbury's, Matt. He's got an intangible asset to his game. He's just never out of position. He's just steady Eddie back there.
It seems like it. He's made. I mean, look at the saves he's made. He's made a lot of good quality saves.
Point blank opportunities for Minot High School. The one thing in his game, the only knock that I could see on the young man moving from here to another level would be his doesn't play the puck maybe as strongly as some next level coaches would like him to. However, doesn't have many chances to do that in this game here tonight to see that either. Rutlick back in with it, sends it out front, tried to feed Finley Bentz, taken back away here by Logan Gross, and Gross will skate it on in.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that. Some goalies just aren't comfortable with it, but I mean, usually the older you get, you kind of have to learn to play it.
Center slot in front of the Minot High net. Fired, pad save, rebound, killer. Oh, what a stop that was. Kicked the pillow out, made back-to-back stops for the Magi. Here come the Magicians up to center. Morelli lead pass. Got it to Finley Bentz down in the corner. Back away on the far side wall. Spence has it. Spence runs into him. Now Spence will take it back behind his own net. Spence hard off the glass. Fired all the way down, comes back in behind Keller. Icing negated on the play, and it comes back away here to Jace Lemon, who starts the ball. Lemon dumps it in, back in behind the Dickinson net now as Hudson Cope works free off the puck. Freed here over to L. Right at the goal line, L scrumming for it. Works it free back to the point. Lemon tees it up, tipped in front. Cadmuris makes another save. Tempo has been high here in the third. Back and forth tilt in this third period. Shots sit at 3-1. Icing on the play. How about this goaltender save from Minot High's Devin Keller? Let's watch it back on the Ryan Family Dealerships replay. See the right leg come out with the pad save. Second opportunity, bing, bang. Keller with a couple nice stops right there for the Magi. Couple opportunities without question. Off the draw. Back to the point. Lemon's got it here. Under 5 to play in the third. Puck's on the back of the net, and that will put the play to a halt here with under 5 to play in this third period. Minot leading 3-1 on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. By the way, join us tonight for our planning team financial advisors and Shots Crossroads post-game show. Planning team financial, whether you're looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business succession, planning team can help you every step of the way. And Shots Crossroads, home to the famous banana cream pie.
I knew you were going to mention it eventually.
At least I would have to think that it would be. How good that is, I'm telling you.
It is holiday time.
Comes away down to Thompson. To the point, Richardson. Across the line, Richardson had his pocket picked on the heavy attack from Zeitz. Minot's got a touch up on sides. They do now as the Midgets have it here. Taken away, Schmeichel in by himself. Fired. Oh, Cadmuris robbed him. How many point-blank opportunities tonight for the Magi? Can Bryce Cadmuris commit highway robbery on completely without the Magi finding the twine?
Doesn't seem to panic in there. Thompson into the zone with it.
Midgets on the near side wing. Thompson gets it back for a moment. Now it's going to be taken here by Groschi in. He'll fire. Loose in front. Scrum for it right on top of the Dickinson goaltender goes Schmeichel. Still a scrum out in front of the Dickinson net. Penasuk got it back to Morelli. Now Morelli from behind the cage. Wraps it around. Morelli working here in the near circle. Pinching in. Earhart out to center. It's pushed away there by Vilas. He'll take it off the far wall, and Vilas will work back in his own end now with 3.5 to play here in regulation. Morelli takes it away. Down to the corner. Morelli got it back over to Coleman. Underneath the net down for the Giants, worked away here by Hagenau. Worked it back underneath to Coleman. Coleman now on the backhand. Suit in front. Earhart bouncing puck. Couldn't fire it. Shuffled back to the line. Too far in front of Earhart. Back to retrieve in his own territory. 3 on the dot to play in the third. Countdown is on. At the line, Groschi will knock it back into the zone for Minot High School. They had to touch up on sides, gives the Midgets some real estate. They fired all the way down. This will be an icing. Another look at that last opportunity for the Magi. Ryan Family Dealerships replay. Schmeichel had the chance. Cadmuris had the robbery. .244 to play in the third. Strand against Gross on the draw. Face off one back to the point by the Magi. Pakaluk with a backhand. Final score of the girls basketball game. Minot did win 90-79, I believe was the final score.
He's high scoring.
Comes back away to Strand. Tried to go backdoor over to Finley Bentz. Bentz has it. Back to Rutlick, taken away in the center slot. Forward now for Gross. Deal gloves it down, and it's picked up by the Magi. Here comes Rutlick on the lead pass from Deal. Too far in front of him, all the way down. It comes for an icing and a stop of the play. 2:11 to play here in the third. Well, when you look at the Dickinson Midgets again, coming into this campaign with the #1 marking on their back from a year ago inside the WDA. They finished 4th in the conference last year. Minot High finished 3rd inside the WDA. It was Century that won the crown. Century and Legacy were at the top of the list. This year it seems to be the Jamestown Blue Jays and Minot Magicians maybe at the top of that ladder. Williston in the conversation right now. Strength of schedule will start to heat up for everybody, and we'll see how things shuffle away in that standings at the race for a WDA regular season crown. Schmeichel lead pass. Panasuk looking for #2. Fires, hit the goalpost. It was almost 4-1. Goal pipe went clank. Lemon in with it. Hits the pipe again on the near side, and it's fired all the way down. This will be an icing as the goal pipe on the blocker side of Bryce Catamaris getting a workout.
The goal pipe's having a good night, having a good game tonight.
Wow.
Wow. Those were clear and loud and solid.
3 pipes in the hockey game for Minot High School. I always say, as a former goaltender, however, you got to give the goaltender credit on that. He's in position in a way that it's all you've got to shoot at. Morelli on the wraparound. Comes back away to Morelli, back at the point. Here's Mac Morelli, who's got it here. 2-point night for him. Sends it across. Richardson fires it on. Stop is made from Catamaris. Back at the point. Lemon with it. Sends it in. Loose in front of the net. Still scrumming for it. It's loose on the center slot. And it's taken by the Midgets, who carry it up to center. Miller fires it in. There's the 1-minute call. Final minute of play in regulation. Panasuk up to Morelli on the near side. Into the zone it goes. Century beat Dickinson last night 2-1. Minot's on their way right now. It's a 3-1 hockey game. Shots are 51-14. Dominating performance today for Minot High School. But an even better performance in the goal paint for Bryce Catamaris here today for the Dickinson Midgets. Up to center. Hagenau in with it, drops it back. Thompson streaking down, fires, shot in front. That one knocked away. Catamaris again with the glove, sent it aside. Marsland went to hold it in, but it went up into the Dickinson bench, and a stop in the play. Here with 9.5 seconds remaining in regulation. Big weekend plans. Are you ready for a Saturday night?
Well, yeah, it's got a good start today. I mean, that's yeah, you know, when you know, we don't have that many afternoon games, so it's a little different. I kind of like it.
Don't mind the early out either. Just about 6 o'clock here, Central Time of the Magic City. Join us for the Planning Team Financial Shots Crossroads postgame show coming up next. One more chance for the Magi. Look out, that one's up into the seats. Souvenir will find a fan over underneath the 1998 National Championship banner for the Magic Blades. Synchronized skating, figure skating program banner.
You start at 4 o'clock and you're done by 6. That's a pretty quick high school game. Wasn't a lot of penalties.
Good tilt when it was all said and done here today, no doubt about it. Final horn coming in 1 second. Minot remains unbeaten. Dickinson remains winless in the conference, but I'll tell you right now, don't count Dickinson out yet. They've got goaltending. They've got the ability to score. They proved that here today. 3-1 was the final here in this contest. We'll have our Planning Team Financial Shots Crossroads postgame show coming up right around the corner. We'll break it down when we come back to the Pepsi rink at Mesa Arena.
Presentation on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by sure to like and follow the PSP Network on all social media platforms and hit that subscribe button on YouTube. PSP Network. It's game day.
We want it all. We want our dog to fetch it.
Drop it.
And drop it.
Drop it.
We want to fix it ourselves. And actually fix it. We want to order the market price lobster. And know the market price of the lobster.
How much is...
Whatever the market says.
Sadly, we can't have it all. Except at Sport Clips, where we check in with the pros in men's hair and totally check out with pure, uninterrupted relaxation. Sport Clips. It's a game changer.
Whether you're looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business succession, Planning Team Financial Advisors is here to help you work toward achieving your financial goals. With locations in Bismarck, Garrison, and Center, our full-service team of professionals are dedicated to helping you work towards achieving your financial goals. Visit us online, planningteam.com.
Securities offered through LPL Financial, member of FINRA Civic. Investment advisory services offered through New Edge Advisors, LLC, a registered investment advisor. New Edge Advisors, LLC, and Planning Team Financial Advisors are separate entities from LPL Financial.
At Shots Crossroads, we make 8 gallons of homemade ranch dressing every day, so you can smother your dinner salad with it, dip those crispy golden French fries in it, and dunk your breaded chicken strips. You can even cover your... Wait, no. You can't put ranch on steak, or can you? Shots Crossroads. Don't forget the ranch.
Planning Team Financial Advisors and Shots Crossroads bring you the postgame here tonight. Minot gets a win 3-1 over Dickinson. Planning Team Financial, whether you're looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business succession, Planning Team can help you every step of the way. And Shots Crossroads, home to the delicious menu that includes the famous number 99. I'm more of a 2 eggs over easy with hash browns with cheese, white toast, bacon, extra bacon, depends on the day.
You gotta have some meat in there, I love it.
Then the banana cream pie, of course. At Shots Crossroads. They bring you the postgame tonight. Nick Holbert, Matt Morelli. The recap of this hockey game here tonight. Matt, overall, your thoughts on this showdown? Minot High certainly had some challenges in the goaltending category on the other side here tonight with the netminder and Bryce Cattermers, who was the MVP of the WDA tournament just a year ago. He was the MVP of this game today without question, wasn't he?
Oh, yeah. I mean, Minot's depth showed probably a little more than Dickinson. Not that Dickinson didn't play that bad. They didn't have enough offensive chances to really test Keller on the other end, but you can't really say that about Cattermas. He was busy. I mean, you face 40 shots in the game is a lot. And you tack on more, and you're up in that 50 range. He kept him, within striking distance. They're going to surprise some people just by having a strong goaltender. That's what you need. You need somebody back there that can make saves, makes the ones that the normal ones, and then make some ones that you probably wouldn't stop. And give him credit. He was busy, and he came to play.
Time for our game reset, brought to you by our friends at Ryan Family Dealerships. DriveRyan.com. First goal of the game. 5 seconds left to the first period. It was Panasuk's third of the year for Morelli and Strand. That made it 1-0. Then Morelli got his third of the year. Panasuk returned the favor. As you'll see, Panasuk give it to him off the near wall. Morelli out front, snipes it home. That made it 2-0 Minot High. Then Rutlick, team high, 6th of the season. Tips a shot that came from the line from Pakaluk. Thompson had the secondary assist on a 3-0 Minot High. And then it was Spence from Bolts and Siebel here for the Dickinson Midgets on the power play. This goal came late in the second. The only scoring to report, nobody scored in the third. Some big hits in this hockey game and plenty of big saves in the contest, no question about it. Here's one of those big hits in the showdown here today. Final shots on goal were 52-14. And if you're the Magi right now, you have to be happy with where you're playing. They've outshot their opponents on the season now, Matt, 174-59. That's almost unheard of, isn't it?
It's a lot of shots for 4 games, and that's what Minot needs to keep doing. You're aggressive. I think their forecheck has been pretty consistent in all the games. I mean, you look at some of the the opportunities Minot's had where they've missed the net. Could be even more, but you're going to have that. You're not going to hit the net every time, but you want to start bearing down. Some of these guys got to start finishing, making it count when they need it, because you get in these tight games as the season goes, everybody's going to get tougher, and you'll be the schedule will be a little tougher. You're going to go to Roseau and play a couple good teams. You start to play some of the Fargo. You got a couple Fargo matchups, and those are going to be some good games. The West Region games are great too. The Eastern teams are that's kind of like a measuring stick on how you're going to match up and see them down the road, and hopefully at the state tournament. And you want to play, have your best play in end of January, mid-February, late February. So you got to kind of get some breaks too. You got to be healthy, and you got to have things kind of go your way. You need your goaltender to be sharp, and as long as Minot sees improvement every game, that's the name of the game. They're only 4 games in, but take positives from it. Your Dickinson, same thing. You not a bad road game for Dickinson. You're coming in. It's a tough road trip. So they'll be better. They're going to get better, and they'll work on their game, and just like everybody in the West will keep trying to get better and looking to finish in that top 4.
Dickinson drops to 1-4-1 overall, 0-4 in the conference. Minot improves to 4-0 overall and in the WDA. Those are your Shield standings. Time for our MVP of today's game. It's just kind of a given when you've got 52 shots on goal and 49 stops to show for it here in this hockey game. I mean, my goodness, the young man, Bryce Catabrus, definitely deserving of that here today, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, he was from the drop of the puck. He made good saves, and he had a lot of point-blank saves, a couple breakaways. So when you're keeping your team in it, I mean, they can't ask for much more out of that kid. Just keep playing like that, play consistent, and he's gonna keep Dickinson in a lot of games and give them a chance to surprise somebody and knock somebody off.
Time for our move of the game, brought to you by Magic City Home Leisure. By the way, let's go back to Sport Clips for just a second. Sport Clips, sign in online with the Sport Clips app. It's quick, it's convenient. Sport Clips locations in Minot and Bismarck. Get the MVP haircut experience at Sport Clips. Time for our move of the game, brought to you by Magic City Home Leisure. Magic City Home Leisure, they've got saunas, they've got pool tables, they've got hot tubs, spas, you name it. They've got it all right in time for Christmas at Magic City Home Leisure. Time for our Magic City Home Leisure move of the game here tonight. And there's plenty you could choose from, but I like this play for Minot High School. Getting possession of the puck on the near side wall. Touched and worked around here by the Magi. Sent off the wall to Panasuk. Morelli finds himself open in the center slot. Give it here. Uses that defender as a screen and fires it into the net for his 3rd of the year. There's your Magic City Home Leisure move of the game as Mackley Morelli continues to tear for Minot High, the point leader for the Magi. Points number 9 and 10 coming in game number 4 here today. Pretty good clip for the Minot High All-State, All-West Region selection captain. There's your move of the game, brought to you by Magic City Home Leisure, Morelli's 3rd of the year. Well, it's a busy week. Next week, we'll have the Magi on again twice next week. At Legacy on Thursday, at home against Jamestown on Saturday. On the road at Devil's Lake coming up on Tuesday. We will not have coverage of that game, however. We do apologize. There we go. We do not have coverage of that game on Tuesday, however. We will have high school basketball on the air. Check our social media for the full schedule. For the Midgets coming up again, their next matchup after tonight. They host Mandan before their holiday break. That could be a good game with the Mandan Braves coming up. Matt, your closing thoughts on this showdown tonight, a 3-1 win for Minot High School.
I think it's a good win for Minot. You build on it. Don't look too far ahead. They're all going to be tough games. You got a non-conference on Tuesday. I think you get everybody involved. You want to win them all, but I mean, get all these guys into the game early, experience, because you're down the road. You're going to need everyone. You're only as good as your bottom guy. You need to be good top to bottom, and it's time to start feeling comfortable with your game. You've got 4 under your belt. Get some experience and start to work on combinations and what's going to stick and having guys getting comfortable with their line mates. You got things that the coaches are, what they're seeing is they've got to figure out what do we need to be better at. Maybe start working a little more on this or that, or the special teams or defensive zone coverage. You can always work on something. You want to get better every game because you start to play, get into the meat of the schedule. You got 3 next week. That's a lot for high school kids. It's a day off in between. Got to get rest. They're not going to have real hard practices. It's just, it's not. These guys don't get out of shape. They're young guys. But keep them healthy, keep them loose. Just go over it. It's more of a mental thing and just keeping your game sharp and little things that they got to do to keep getting wins and playing confident. I think it'll be good.
Appreciate your time here tonight, partner. Job well done as always. Looking
Thanks,
forward to.
Yeah, anytime. Always happy to help.
Shots Crossroad this week. I think sounds like a good plan.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. That sounds good every day.
Yeah, well, it certainly does. Once again, final 3-1. Minot High gets the win. Big thanks to Matt Morelli, my broadcast partner, and Logan Dean running our camera here tonight. Big thanks to all those sponsors. Frankly, without them, we just wouldn't be here. And as always, a giant thank you to our military men and women, all of our veterans. God bless our service men and women. God bless our veterans. God bless America. Minot improves to 4-0 in the conference. Dickinson still searching for their first win of the year inside of the WDA. Till next week, Nick Holbrook signing off from here at the Pepsi Rink. For my broadcast partner, Matt Morelli, please have a great weekend. Whatever you do, have a good night, and God bless.
Presentation on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by Make sure to like and follow the PSP Network on all social media platforms and hit that subscribe button on YouTube. PSP Network. It's game day.
We want it all. We want our dog to fetch it.
Drop it.
And drop it.
Damn it.
We want to fix it ourselves. And actually fix it. We want to order the market price lobster. And know the market price of the lobster.
How much is... Whatever the market says.
Sadly, we can't have it all. Except at Sport Clips, where we check in with the pros in men's hair and totally check out with pure, uninterrupted relaxation. Sport Clips. It's a game changer.
Whether you're looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business succession, Planning Team Financial Advisors is here to help you work toward achieving your financial goals. With locations in Bismarck, Garrison, and Center, our full-service team of professionals are dedicated to helping you work towards achieving your financial goals. Visit us online, planningteam.com.
Securities offered through LPL Financial, member of Finrun Civic. Investment advisory services offered through New Edge Advisors LLC, a registered investment advisor. New Edge Advisors LLC and Planning Team Financial Advisors are separate entities from LPL Financial.
At Shots Crossroads, we make 8 gallons of homemade ranch dressing every day, so you can smother your dinner salad with it, dip those crispy golden French fries in it, and dunk your breaded chicken strips. You can even cover your... Wait, no. You can't put ranch on steak. Or can you? Shots Crossroads. Don't forget the ranch.